Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. We're coming to you from the warehouse. This is a warehouse live stream. Joined today by Chris Trott, Ross Hornby and Craig Frost.
Today you can expect large gusts of wind, roughly 30 miles an hour, sweeping through.
Because Smith has been eating beans.
A big warm front emanating from Smith in the south and sweeping across to Craig by the afternoon. You can expect temperatures reaching heights of 40 degrees centigrade and lows of minus 20.
Thank you for the weather, Chris Trott. Sending you back to the studio.
Strange. Urgent news. Chris Trott has been found dead.
Christ, seconds.
Just seconds. Instantly found. He just dropped dead after that little weather update.
An immediate and
We're
important
blaming weather demons.
cast.
We're going to be playing our very own role-playing game today based on D&D 5e. It's booty, it's pirates, it's magic, it's adventure. And we are going to be continuing our story. We are on to session 10. So there's been 10 previous sessions, mainly split into two parts. So if this is the first time you're hearing about this,
You really should. There's
Oh boy,
9.
You really got a lot
Sorry,
to
there's-
catch up on.
Have we got a recap for you?
18
Has
videos.
Smith got a nice recap for you? A summary of all 9 episodes so far.
I can do that. Yeah,
It's,
might as well.
Are we
To
doing
where
that?
we are
nine-
now.
it's-
Is that in the
it's
video or in the
18 episodes,
preamble? Because I'm not
9
rolling
That should
it
be in the
out.
video.
Roll the video. Yeah.
We'll do it in.
We're going to go straight in. Have you got anything
Okay,
you want
yeah.
to read out first, or you're all good?
Hey, I want to give a huge thanks to our
You're
ongoing
welcome,
passives.
Oh.
Man, it's Craig. There he is.
You wanted to give a thanks?
He's COVID
you.
free.
COVID free.
He's
I'm COVID free now.
Craig
So
vid.
That's
He's
it.
not so free.
Oh
all
shit!
other diseases,
He's
he's
got a
back
ring.
on the market.
Hey, Booty
but
fans as
not-
well. There's a poster,
Oh, there is
which
a poster
will be out
now.
on the store very soon. I'm not sure if it's out there now, but it's a nice little Booty
We should have the
poster.
image to show. Are we allowed to show it yet, even?
It's been sold
It's been
already.
sold at MCM Comic Con.
Oh, right.
So if you came to
Do you have an
Comic-Con-
image of it?
How, I can bring it up if you.
Yeah,
'cause
bring
this
it
might
up.
be good to put in the episode.
That's true.
That's true.
So, is there? If someone can get it to me on Discord,
Right.
I'll do my very, very best.
The only image I have
please
of it
do.
is from this slog I'm editing, which
I
is
might be able to find
holding
it.
it up. So Smith might actually have the main
Yeah, one sec.
copy.
Craig.
I've got a really good picture of Smith's Randy card.
Oh, okay.
oh, is that on NDI? Oh wait, then we'll get
Also,
sync.
yeah, if you
That's the
haven't
point. Are
got
we
the
in
cards yet,
sync?
those cards are still available. Get them while you can. They are swiftly running out after yesterday's video.
Pre-order now.
So if you do want the cards and think, oh shit, I want to get all the cards, then
If you want them in 2022,
yeah, basically, if you want to get them this side of Christmas, hurry.
am I cosplaying as a gold shirt? No, I've got the really good Hat Films Left Not Left hoodie.
He's not there.
Unavailable because it was exclusive, much like these trading cards. Please
It's gonna go.
understand me when I say they won't necessarily be. You will never get a first edition again. That's a promise.
No. After first, there will
First
be
edition, there'll be maybe
a
second,
new
depending
edition.
on how. Yeah, well, there'll be booster packs.
And there'll be, that one will have like 25,000 variations in it.
Yeah.
We can really up our production after this one. Have you found an image?
good poster.
We did send an image to the art team
All right, let me.
at
look
some
in,
point.
would that be in Yogs or the FF?
That'll be in the.
I can put it on Dropbox now in the form of Trot holding it up.
No, we had the actual. I have seen the actual.
It's a really good poster.
It
It's
is a
so
good
good.
poster.
It's like the best.
Wait,
poster.
was it in iMessage?
Maybe. Maybe Craig.
Other messaging apps are available. Don't know why you'd use them.
Guys, I message till he dies.
Do you see that the European legislation might be forcing Apple to unlock more of its features,
Yeah.
such as iMessage being multi-platform and stuff? Should be
Wow.
interesting. I found the poster.
That is interesting.
Not part of Europe anymore, mate.
It's a WeTransfer though, it might be expired.
Oh, it probably is.
Certainly will be.
Booty stuff is on Dropbox as well. I don't know whether we have the poster in it though.
I found some zoomed in parts of the post. Oh, nice. Yeah.
He's found it nice.
Get that.
Brilliant.
Get that over.
Get over quick!
Get it over.
There you go, Craig.
He sent it
You
over.
son of a bitch. There you
Right,
go.
give me 10 minutes to get this in.
So
beat you to
whilst
it.
he sorts, oh, nice. There
Oh,
you
you
go.
can't see shit.
No, it will come up on
I'll
screen
catch the
in a minute.
reflection so that you can't see anything.
Whilst you guys are pressing Control T or just the plus button on your device to get a new tab up to get this merch, which you can't get right now, let me talk to you about protection on the internet. You can't just go raw dog in the internet, everybody.
Don't go raw dogging!
You can't just do that.
That's my category. Raw dog.
If you're into that, that's your prerogative. But if you don't want to be caught doing it, then you might want to get a VPN, which is a virtual private network, which encrypts your internet through a tunnel. Not a physical tunnel, it's the internet. We're in a digital age now, guys.
Wait,
Everything
what?
has to be physical. Like
What's the internet?
well, that's a whole different question. Either way, if you sign up with NordVPN, here it is, top right of your stream, you'll get a 2-year plan plus 4 months free. Even more so than our previous deal offerings to you. So you'd be insane not to go for VPN, especially NordVPN from us. So nordvpn.com/safehat. With it, you get to choose which country you currently appear from, so you can access different libraries of content.
Sorry to interrupt you, I just got my first VPN this weekend. May have used the code.
May
But-
have or did.
Well, I did.
didn't.
However, you said about the content, I now can watch Formula One content
In France.
in France from here. It's cheaper, basically. is
C'est
what I'm
bien.
saying.
The end.
Cheaper option to watch it in the
It's
on the
cheaper
VN
option
indeed.
to
VN.
rather than sorry.
Will it help me
Sorry
with my
to
porn
interrupt your
addiction?
spiel
It's a
there.
great-
It's just a real
it's a good
world example.
testimonial.
It literally happened on Sunday.
Fantastic.
It won't help us.
You too can live like Craig and pretend to be in France watching the Formula One.
Yeah.
If you can't access it in your country, for example, streams and stuff like that, there's unlimited bandwidth, so you don't have to worry about download limits, that sort of thing. It's all good. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
That's pretty good.
So that's pretty sweet. So go click our link and tell Nord we sent you via clicking that link. That's all you need to do. Thank you.
Put a rubber Johnny on your internet connection.
Nice.
I'm safe. Thanks, NordVPN.
It's part of your toolkit of protecting yourself on the internet. It's not the be-all and end-all, but it will certainly help. You can take those off now, unless you want to keep them on. I appreciate the effort.
I'm ready to dig around in your insides.
Right.
For some personality,
You won't find any in there.
are we going to start? What was I going to talk about? A
He's
recap
just
of
getting the
everything.
booty poster up.
I'm doing it so I can get it on a button press, you see. I could have just shown it instantly, but I'm doing it so in the episode, if
episode
you
we
ever
can
talk
talk
about
about
it, I
the-
can bring it up instantly.
Yeah.
I think it's done it, so we can show stream right now. Or do we save it for the episode?
Save it. Save it. Like, they are on the edge of their seats. Their secret chairs, their cyberpunk themed secret lab chair. Other chairs are available.
Do.
Look at Craig with all his buttons.
Look
so,
at it.
so many
That
buttons.
should be turned off with that button, but it's not, but I can do it manually. Don't you worry about it.
I'm not worried.
Please worry about
That was something that I didn't even think of until you mentioned it.
Clear top right, logo video, go back to master. Oh, I've ruined it.
Got a new booty poster. There you go. A little
There you go.
tease.
Why is
It's really good. Casper did a fantastic job.
You really did.
He
very
blew it
well
out of the water. Yeah.
Very well done. In fact, I might ask if they've actually got that up soon. Maybe they can get it up today, like right now. You know? Do you think they'll be that responsive? Probably not. But well, fingers crossed, though, guys. You got to wish
Maybe
for
they'd be
things.
more responsive if they used NordVPN.
Maybe because obviously there's
It
no
wouldn't
lag. It's a
correlate.
non-lag
No,
kind
yeah.
of thing, so you be able to enjoy things at this similar speed that you're used to.
I see why it didn't work.
Once we get the okay from Tech Craig. we'll be ready
Tech
to go.
Craig.
Tech Craig me.
Hey, it's Tech Craig.
Hey.
Alright, Doug. Oh,
Tech
it's Tech
Craig.
Craig. I like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis.
I'm Craig.
Why are they still not a thing? You just thought there'd be like a.
What do you mean not a thing?
Tamagotchis are still a thing.
Yeah, but not
They're
as
just
popular.
boring.
Yeah, they're not that interesting.
You take that back.
Tamagotchis are like in other games all the time now because they're like,
They're retro now.
yeah.
Right.
They're really retro.
Anyway, I'm going to start rolling. Is this music too loud for us? It probably is, isn't it?
Cobalt MP's sister got it from them from MCM. Did they get a signature from us? They get a little Siggy? Little Siggy?
Recording.
No, they didn't get a Siggy Cobalt. They didn't want to wait in the queue.
Recording
That
as well.
bitch.
That makes us look great, though, doesn't it?
Why?
They didn't want to wait in that queue. It's such a big queue.
It was a big queue.
It was a huge queue. I want to
Sorry
keep
for calling your sister a
stroking our
bitch,
own
Cobalt
ego,
MP.
but that queue was... It was blocking up MCM.
That's me, that noise.
What is that? Discord?
Yep.
Check, check. If you're just tuning in, wondering what the fuck is going on, don't worry. We're about to start the
happening,
episode
Trot?
and give you a real brief recap on what's going on.
Brief cap.
So you
brief-
can
brief-
somewhat
brief
join
case.
in at episode 10, but if you like what you hear in the recap, maybe it's worth going back after this and catching up, either in podcast format or in YouTube format. It's up to you.
That-
I'm not your mum. I'm not even your dad.
No, I think you were playing Grandad.
Yeah, you might be.
Oh, I'm
granddad.
your
We're about to
granddad.
find out.
I'm your grandpappy.
Right, so we're going to start with this shot of the DM, which is Alex Smith. For chat only, although it will be in the video as well, so I don't want to say that. We're going to have the theme play.
Fucking A.
Look at this. You ready? Yeah, it plays. One last thing, chat.
Such a-
We're definitely looking and sounding great, yeah?
No
In
one
s-
said
in
anything
sync?
bad.
Good.
They definitely spam if it was bad,
Yeah,
and if we're not
they
seeing
definitely
anything,
would.
it's fine.
And now I asked for it, they're going to tell me it's wrong. So
Cobalt says sexy sounds. Bimmy Baxter is sponsored because they said aces. Schmink says sounds champion. Rufus says
Champion.
sexy indeed.
is this Frozen or is that?
That's just Smith.
That's literally Smith.
Smith's
Okay.
just gone into it.
Okay, we're going to come over to you, Smith.
Okay.
Here we come. Ready for Booty making its big old return.
Big Boy Return, episode 10.
Is it loud enough music? I don't even hear it, but I assume chat can. Right, Smith, coming to you now.
You usually do a countdown.
Oh, right, okay. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to Booty. It's been a while. Today is the beginning of Act 3, the final act of 3. I bet you're surprised by that. Of our little adventure that we've been doing in the land of the Thousand Teeth, a Caribbean-like chain of islands in a world much like a combination of many other different fantasy IPs that I've stolen from. I'm joined today by Ross Hornby, Chris Trott, and Craig Frost, who will be playing our intrepid adventurers and characters.
What does intrepid mean?
It means adventuring, brave, exciting.
Just say that then.
Our adventuring men here are going to be continuing their
What's
journey.
adventuring mean?
Adventuring means to go out and seek new things and make new discoveries. And
What
I
does discoveries
actually
mean?
discovery means to find something that was once not known or seen.
Why?
Or
What does seen
found.
mean?
Seen means to take in information through your eyes, or in other ways. We are going to do a quick recap about what's happened so far. These three idiots came to the Goldtooth Isle initially, right at the very, very, very start. They accepted a contract for a person called Mikkel Salgo, who is one of the dons of the Goldtooth Isle. The Goldtooth Isle serves as the main hub of the Thousand Teeth, an area of islands that are being explored by the developed nations of the world from all across the globe. It is a globe.
What?
I know.
Bombshell.
I know. They came over here, they accepted the contract. They found themselves on a small island called Dockers Bay.
Hey.
Dockers Bay. That's where they stole back a ship, Mikkel Salgo's famous magic ship, from some thieves. They took that from the island back eventually via a few different detours to Mikkel Salgo. They delivered that. They decided they really liked their magical ship, and well, rather Mikkel's magical ship, and wanted to raise some money to create their own. So they went on a little mission, dug up some lead, amongst other things, got turned into gold by some gnome bloke. They then use that money to buy a second-hand ship and have it refitted. It has been a month of in-game time and a month or more of real time for us as we've been away. Craig got married. There's the ring to prove it. He's off the market now.
I'm not wearing mine today.
Chris Trott's not wearing his on his
not wearing
finger
that
today. We're back, finally, and we are going to be continuing this story. What we're going to cover is what happened in that month of downtime. We're going to find out what's happened to the boat, how well the construction has gone, and what it looks like, what it has on it. We're then going to decide what you guys want to do next, whether you want to head out. The loose plan at the moment is to attempt one of the great challenges of this area called the Horn. Now, the Horn is something that you'll discover more details about in our campaign, but essentially that is the big end game right now for this mini campaign within this setting. There may be another campaign that Chris Trott is going to be DMing that may be in this setting. I hope it is. It might be. It might not be. We may come up with some
Well,
other
you're
great
going to let me
idea.
know about that.
Yeah. That's going to be happening immediately after this stream. So it's not. That'll happen at some point in the next few months, I imagine, once this wraps up. We're going to have at least 4 more sessions, I think, of this campaign. Roughly, maybe a bit less, may even be a few more, who knows. But in the downtime, something rather important has happened. The gang here have leveled up from level 5 to level 9. It's quite the leap.
It's a hell of a leap.
That's massively. Is that normal?
No.
No.
No, it's not normal. That's
Okay.
not. This is not normal. We're in a world of not
Right,
normal
okay.
now.
Good. Great for beginners.
Let's have a quick chat with you guys as to what you've done in your level ups, what kind of direction you're going, what kind of spells we can look out for in the coming episodes.
All right, well, I'll kick things off, being the least experienced here, so that the other two can correct me if I'm wrong in anything.
I will correct you,
Thank you, guys.
even if you're right.
Sort of spent most of his time role-playing.
Actual, like within the world.
Yeah.
So he's been role playing within a role
Well,
playing
he
world.
has to act as like a family acquaintance for a long period of time, and I feel like that's built upon his intelligence. He spent a lot of time being a fatherly figure. Who is it we were being a fatherly figure towards?
So that's
Flagon.
actually, this is,
Flagon.
let's go over more the out of
You were a
character
father
stuff
figure to
right
Flagon?
now.
No, I'm trying to tie it in, you see.
Yeah, so it is Flagon. So one of the things that was said in the previous session was you guys made a promise to Master Flagon, because Titus pissed in his grandfather's ashes and then made them disappear into a magical, I think we call it the poo realm. Sword, you're doing granddad duty for a week.
I'm being his granddad.
You're being his granddad. Titus's mummy and Capipia's son is the notes I've got here. So you guys have to heavily role play.
So for a good few weeks.
How we left it.
Yeah, well, for 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah.
As a granddad, you don't actually have that many responsibilities. If anything, Flagon's looking after me because I just shit myself a lot. I basically use this chance to become incontinent.
I
and
think
get
I
cleaned
remember you
up
saying
after.
this. Yeah.
Opportunist.
I get washed a lot, which gives me a lot of time to read, and I'm becoming very educated in the
Yeah.
arts of artificing, and I am now +2 intelligence.
Wow, look at that. He's
I'm
got
now a
smarter.
17
He's now
in intelligence,
just a 17
which is
at level
3
9.
shy of like max intelligence. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty goddamn smart, actually.
How much could you add to that? Just out of curiosity, because I don't know if I've done that.
That would be when
Depending
you were
on-
leveling up.
Right.
You would have either chosen a feat
Yeah, you've already done it.
or ability score.
Nice.
I went with intelligence because Sword is a very book smart boy. He's very handsy with intelligence and technology. In particular, he's been learning about the ship and its enhancements, and we'll go into that later. However, he's learned some cool spells because why not? He read all about vortex warping.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been playing with time a little bit of time management. So I can magically twist space around another creature I can see within range. The target must succeed on a con saving throw, or
you said you can magically to a space.
magically.
Move or
Wait, what?
move around?
You magically twist space. Did I say that?
I don't know. It kind of garbled together.
Yeah. I can twist space around a thing. And
Yep.
if that thing fails, they can teleport to an unoccupied space of my choice, so I can force teleport someone else.
Cool.
They must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target. So yeah, it's like a remote teleport of someone else, basically, whether they want it or not. So that's that. I've also got mass healing word. Yeah, it turns out one of the balls I had on me, I just had to amplify a little bit, and boom, I can heal a lot more people around me now.
Wow,
That's
nice.
pretty sweet. So got a couple of
really
those.
sweet.
And that's basically it.
So no new
Artificers
features.
are really underpowered.
They really are garbage. So what? Did you get any more infusions?
Oh, I did, yeah, but I've not even used the ones that I've got, to be honest.
Yeah,
let's have a
alchemical
quick look.
savant.
I could infuse some items. I haven't done that. I could make a homunculus servant. I haven't done that.
Oh, nice.
Restorative reagents. I see.
Yeah, I've got the restorative reagents, which allows me to create an elixir that's experimental.
Yeah.
Allows me to restore some health and stuff.
He's chosen it for the role play.
I'm a role. It's just
he's
more.
a role player. He's an
You
artificer.
don't play artificer to min-max the game, guys. You play it to
Worst
play an
class.
underpowered class.
Underpowered classes, yeah. Well, thanks for that. Titus, you've chosen
I've
your
had a
spells.
load of spells.
You've become an even more powerful, learned wizard.
Yeah, although I think I need to activate them, as in like choose. I
Prepare.
still need to prepare specific
Prepare them. You
spells.
just click the little prepare
So
buttons.
does that not mean I need to remove others?
Yeah, you have like a limit of how much you can prepare a day.
That disgusts me. I would like all of them
You
available.
want them
at
all
once,
at
but
It'll
no.
grey out once
The ones
you
I've
hit
got-
your
You just
cap.
need a bigger book.
I've gone for banishment.
That's
so I could
good.
get, was it 8? 6? I don't know.
Banishment, is that
Banishment's
different
a
from
fourth,
banish?
So
me have a
banishment, it says here, you attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of
Yeah,
existence.
so it is banish. Yeah.
Target must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be banished. I figure that might come in
That's
handy at some
very
point,
handy, especially from things not of this world.
to banish them away.
See, if something comes from hell, you can banish it back to hell and it can't come back.
But I can also banish you,
You could banish me, but I would pop back here
Was it after a minute?
after a minute.
something like that.
But you'd be quite,
If I'm
quite
not from this
traumatized. I guess.
realm, then
He
I'd
would
go
be,
back to a quince. I
it
can.
takes a concentration of up to a minute.
What if you find out that I'm not from this realm because you banish me and I don't
We could
come
certainly
back?
find that out in a creative way by doing it.
by
Otherwise,
doing
I've also got black tentacles, which are squirming ebony tentacles that fill a 20-foot square on ground that you can see within range.
I didn't know we were bringing our sex toys to this game.
Well, I am. I'm bringing my massive tentacles.
A 20-foot cube of tentacles.
Yeah, so they can basically
That's some
cause
foreplay.
bludgeoning damage and be a great weapon to whip out.
What does that do?
What I
Does
need.
it hurt people? Does it like hinder them?
So it says when a creature enters the affected area for the first time on a turn
They become stupendously aroused.
on a dexterity saving throw or take 3d6
Oh, they do
bludgeoning
get
damage
bludgeoned by
and
it.
be restrained by the tentacles
And
until
restrained.
the spell ends.
So
I
it
think that's
locks
a
them in
minute-long
place
spell,
and
yeah.
hurts
And
them.
smacks them, snaps
Yeah.
them around.
Kind of like that tentacle that hit
It'll
our
just slap
ship.
them around.
It
Basically,
was
yes.
basically also a bit like what Kapipi got caught by that those
Yes,
those
yeah.
tentacles.
So that inspired, yeah. So the nautical theme
I can do something with that.
tentacles.
Core memory.
There's also hallucinatory terrain. Hallucinatory
Oh, that's
terrain.
good.
So I could like turn a pond into like level ground, and then enemies could fall into, and we could laugh at them. It would be
Idiot.
literally just a funny little.
That's
thing. Or it could be a deathly pit that goes continuously down.
We could make
to
a
the point we
spike
can't
trap
see.
and then grass it over.
We certainly could. So I can create that. I think that only lasts. Well, it's a 24-hour.
24.
thing,
So we
so-
could set up a big old trap somewhere.
We can set up. Yeah.
What if we go to the Horn and then change the ocean
We can.
into
I mean,
land and they?
I think there is a
They
it's
placebo
150-foot cube in range.
Oh, okay, that's still pretty
Look,
massive.
sound, and smell like some other sort of natural terrain. So that gives
That's
us
nuts.
an illusion which we can use. Polymorph, the other one I've gone
Classic.
So polymorph.
It's a classic.
This spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw. So
I think
how big is
the
that?
downside is they get the intelligence of whatever creature you turn them into.
They get
so
the stats
if
of
you
it,
turn
yeah.
a person into a chicken,
Yeah.
they are as smart as a chicken for that period.
I mean, oh yeah, but what about all the upsides?
Think of the upsides. You could lay,
Lay
an
your
egg.
own eggs.
Yeah.
Lay an egg.
Oh,
They
I'm
can
hungry.
eat
I'm
their
going to
own
polymorph myself into a
What
chicken and
happens
lay
if
my
I
own
eat
egg.
Their own wings.
What happens if a
Eat their own wings.
polymorphed
Oh yeah, yeah.
chicken
Yeah.
lays an egg and then turns back? Do you keep the egg?
The egg, I would say, turns into sperm.
Oh. whatever the other creature.
The shell stays the
spells.
same, then you crack it, and
Yeah.
inside it's just
This
jizz.
is a good spell.
I've also got Stone Skin.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
This spell turns the flesh of a willing creature you touch as hard as stone. Until the spell ends, the target has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. I figured I
Nice.
could make one of you guys hard. Or myself.
For
That'll be
once.
good.
I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
make
that'll be
myself
good.
hard. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
it looked interesting. Watery Sphere is the other one.
Yeah.
You can
These
conjure
are all
up
very
a
on
sphere.
brand.
They are, yeah. You can conjure up a sphere of water with a 5-foot radius at a point you see within range. It can hover but no more than 10 feet. And I think people can get sucked into it, I believe.
Oh, really? It's got some
It
gravitation.
restrains as many as 4
Oh, so
medium or
anyone-
smaller creatures or 1 large creature.
You can
If
be
the
stuck in that sphere.
restrains a creature that causes it to exceed
Imagine.
its capacity, a random creature that was already restrained by the sphere falls out of it and lands prone in a space
So
within 5
what you
feet.
could do, right?
Yeah,
I'm very smart now, so I've got
good.
all
So
these ideas.
smart. You can be
Um,
advisory.
You watery sphere some people on land, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then you create hallucinogenic terrain around them
No, it's
of an entire ocean. So it's
Oh,
like
wow.
they can't possibly escape.
It's certainly going to mess with their
So they
heads.
wouldn't even try to get out of the sphere because they wouldn't know where the sphere ends.
Well, it's good you mentioned that because I also have modify memory.
Christ!
So you attempt to reshape
many
another
spells
creature's memories.
He's a wizard.
So I'm
Yeah.
a wizard. That's why I have
He's
so
a
many
wizard.
spells. So I can attempt to reshape another creature's memories. More specifically, I feel like we could either just be like in a tight engagement with someone and then, bam, they forgot why they're there, or maybe they just, they left the oven on and they got to rush back.
Oh my god.
God, the
I'm
oven.
so
Oh,
fed
the
up.
oven.
Oh, the oven! I've got to go.
That's what they say
Gotta
every
hurry up.
time.
Or maybe they just forget they were even born. I don't know. To be fair, I forgot I was even born.
I think there are limits.
I think that doesn't really make any difference to anyone's current standings.
No.
Well, try
Do you
and
remember being born?
Yeah.
Weird. That's a gift.
No.
Is
Imagine
it
a
a gift
really,
or a curse?
really, really trauma shit flume.
Yeah.
I remember my nose being caught.
Do you?
Can you imagine if you had like.
Oh.
That's why babies come out crying.
First experience with a
The
vagina.
nose just
Their
gets
nose
pinged.
gets caught every time.
The final one here is telekinesis,
I'll just, you know,
which
a little
is just
bit
a bit casual. Telekinesis up to 10 minutes. You gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures or objects by thought.
creatures as well.
Yeah.
How big?
When you cast a spell and as your action, doesn't. Where's size? Let's see. Move a huge or smaller creature.
That's
Make an
yeah.
ability check with your spellcasting
elephant
ability
or
contested by
smaller,
the creature's strength
basically.
check. Yeah, but I guess you can be like, just make them like kind of slap themselves. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. I don't know if that actually causes damage. Maybe you can. I don't know.
I think you move the whole
Unless
creature.
yeah, I feel like it's more like a move them out of the way.
I mean, I guess,
Have you
like,
had much
you know,
experience
I
with
think
telekinesis?
if you, maybe they'll be able to hit themselves. I mean, yeah, you're just locating the telekinesis
Yeah.
on their hand.
And then they
So
have
it's
to
quite a
fail
long
check or something.
Yeah.
description. I just didn't want to read it all. I just thought
Yeah, it's long,
telekinesis
yeah.
sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's what I've got. Now I need to kind of like cherry pick between like the 50 options I have here of spells.
That's a
to
wizard.
choose.
Complicated. Good for a new player.
So all of those things aren't necessarily available
Um,
at once.
Kapipi,
Pick what you want to prepare.
give us the cliff notes.
So Kapipi, the ultra cliff notes is he leveled up
From 5 to 9.
5 to 9.
Nice.
There you go. I statted him into a little bit more strength, and then a little bit more charisma, which is where I've really been going with him since the beginning. To the point where he's now plus 12 persuasion, plus 12 performance.
He's amazing.
His charisma is 18 plus 4. And also his hit points are up at 75, so he's like a tank compared to these two.
And what's your AC?
17.
Right. Okay. Nice. If you go inside your shield in your shell, you get a plus to AC as well.
Do I? How do I know
Do-
how much that
it's in
is?
features and traits, I believe.
Features and traits.
When you withdraw inside your shell, you get bonus to AC.
Oh, I wish I knew that. I probably did know that. Counter.
Racial traits, yeah, it'll be in this.
Natural armor.
Yeah.
Shell defense. Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Mortifying it is.
So I'd be armor class of 21.
So you get 21.
But does that use my turn if I use that?
Basically, it's a defense. But let's say you bait a load of them to wail on you.
Yeah.
You go inside your shell, making it a 21 to beat for them to even do damage to you.
Yeah, if you
and
had
then,
some sort of taunt abilities, like force them to fight you.
and then you've got 75 health for them to get through. If Titus dropped Stone Skin on you, you'd have resistance to bludgeoning and piercing, so it would do half damage. You'd just be like trying to
Invincible.
beat up a large boulder.
However, because I've started that direction, I'm not great at fighting.
Well,
Having said that, I've got some new spells. So I've got Mislead, which means I can become invisible at the same time that an illusory, a double of myself appears basically, and I control either one, I guess, and just
Oh, I see. So you make an illusory dupe of yourself and you go invisible.
I go invisible, so I can either sneak off or send that out.
But you have to flip between which senses you're.
That's the thing. If I control the one that's the fake version of me, then I don't have my own sense. So I could be.
You're basically blind.
I could be blind and deaf.
Yeah.
To myself. I got modify memory, which I think is
But
what
you can watch yourself wank from a different perspective.
that's a really good idea. That's why I love D&D.
Different perspective.
Okay, that's interesting to explore. Modify memory, which I think Titus got as well.
Yeah, you
which
both
is
you guys are just the memory wipe police.
Yeah. So it's basically Men in Black.
Yeah.
Basically,
You saw
yeah.
nothing. Synaptic static I got as well, which is a.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Do
Like
you
a
want to
psychic-
describe it a little bit more?
Psychic damage, basically.
It's an area of people in a 20-foot radius of a sphere gets hurt, basically. And then I got teleportation circle, which means I draw a 10-foot diameter circle on the ground inscribed with signs that link it to another location. And we did kind of discuss that maybe we could homebrew it a little bit where I could put a portal down somewhere, like say it's on the ship, and then we're out and about, and I could link those two together to jump in to get back. Because I think technically you're supposed to just have 2 points in the world that the DM will tell me that I know that I can choose to teleport to, but maybe I can, if Smith will let me, I'll be able to put one.
Yeah.
It's basically like a portal gun.
Yeah. This is Stargate Universe, the ship with Stargate on it.
You've had a month. I think he could have spent the time working on that teleportation circle.
And I think that's a
on
good
our
time
ship.
to start proper. I think that's a good bit of information to begin with, if that's
Probably
okay.
an overload, right?
Billow.
Billow.
Oh wait,
You can't forget Billow.
there you go, Billow.
What about, don't forget your
haven't billowed
staff
it in a
of
month,
bird
so-
calls as well.
We do have the staff of bird calls.
Okay, right.
Oh wait, do I have that or do you?
Yeah, I think you've got that.
There's
On
also
your
the
bank.
Let me
expanding
just
one.
double check what's in my inventory
I've
because I
chosen my
do have
spells. Yeah, I have them ready.
Pole of Collapsing and Staff of Bird Calls. That's it. 2 sticks I've got.
Oh yeah, the polar collapsing. Yeah.
We've only used the Pole of Collapsing once, I think.
I'm guessing I don't have 12k anymore. I've spent a lot of that
Stone
on
skin.
On the ship. Is that all
What
gone?
Counters the
12K
pole
gone.
collapsing.
Does it?
It was 9k plus 3k
I don't know
refit.
what the Pole of Collapsing can do.
Right, it's just an innuendo on a collapsing
So
pole.
delete that gold.
I hate
You
to
still
say
have
it,
whatever's
guys.
left though.
We still have 616 left
Do you guys have any more gold on you?
in your inventory.
I don't.
I can actually check.
Let's have a
We've
look.
got 25 top right there.
25 gold.
25
I'll be honest, my
25.
track
BP
got gold
has
back in
16.
piss poor.
Is that silver on the side?
Yeah, 16 gold, 2
No, that's
silver.
yeah,
Oh,
so-
there, isn't it?
Okay, right.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's starting to get chillier, isn't it? Now
Where's
whack
the
on that
ship? So there we go.
fireball that's broken.
Yeah, it's getting colder there. There we go. That was a request previously from a lot of people asking about what happened in Level Up. So there you go. We've recorded it and broadcast it. You now know roughly what's happened for those people that enjoyed that. So without further ado, let us continue in a more formatted way.
Stone skin.
Stone Skin, I'm hard. It's taken a month to train the team to sail. A training ship has been used whilst the Clipper is being improved. That is actually not my start. I just read the wrong bit. One moment, that was just a note. And we're starting properly now.
Modify memory.
Modify memory for the whole audience. A month has passed since our heroes chose their ship. Hauled from the water and out into dry dock, the highly skilled artisans of Amira Oakhart's famous shipyard work day and night in shifts to craft this wonder of naval design. They take to the wood, the sails, to the iron, and ply their trade. They saw, stitch, and hammer, and the bones of the ship sing in return. It becomes clear to those working on this project that this may become a famous triumph for their collective of artisans, and they take special care with every step. Meanwhile, our brave adventurers have had their own skills to sharpen. They begin their month-long wait to depart the Isle by spending the first week making good on their promises. Sword is doing granddad duty for a week.
Come sit to my knee,
Titus
Master
is
Flagon.
mummy and Kapipi is son.
Would you like a word that's original?
Would you like to be breastfed, son?
Mummy. Bitty.
Is that what we were
Whole
doing?
week of
The
this.
one-
This is what you were doing, yes.
How
Just give us
young-
this is good. You're giving us a glimpse of how this week went.
How young was I role playing?
How young would you like to?
Baby.
Baby age.
Bitty.
Wow.
Oh no,
I
son.
was breastfeeding.
You were
He
breastfeeding.
was just desperately clinging at my nipple. Nothing was happening.
Well, I mean, you could use the new
Ah,
spell
your
of
beak, you
polymorph.
fucking-
Using polymorph, you could polymorph yourself some lactating
Oh, yeah?
breasts,
Yeah.
if you like.
So I learned that immediately, like the first week.
Yeah, let's say that you
That's,
guys all went on a crash course. You hit the
Yeah.
books hard. Of course, you're level 9
I
now.
polymorphed my body, but with humongous boobs,
Okay.
milky breasts that just fed both of you. In fact, the granddad
So,
couldn't stop himself.
Kapipi, you put on a bit of weight because of the richness of this milk.
For God's sake, this is what a weird thing to come back to. There you go.
Gaga.
He's been a hungry
full
boy.
of milk.
What a role play.
He's so full of milk.
Okay.
Oh,
His shell's getting tight because of how chubbed he's
Flagon,
got.
my son, I filled my loins with shit again. You're gonna have to clean me up.
Titus once again role plays shitting himself.
No, that's sword.
Sorry, sword, my bad. It's been a while.
Unless you do shit yourself.
Yeah, probably.
Seeing
I
Flagon
definitely
cleaning
do.
up for Sword, Titus and Kapipi. Kapipi's is really messy though
Milk
because
ducts.
of the amount of milk
It's
he's
very
consuming.
milk.
It's a very
Not solid.
weird week.
Yeah, it was a weird week, but Flagon was very satisfied. And you leave his home, his shop / home. He lives above his shop, and he's very happy with what you've done. Thank you. You've really honoured your promise, Titus. You don't need to have the boobs anymore if you don't want them.
Brilliant. Well, I don't need these. Poly milk doesn't taste real.
No,
It was real enough.
Yeah.
Kapipi's not looking forward to going back to having to eat solid food after being.
This is so much easier not having to chew, especially when you ain't got teeth.
Although you've had a,
He doesn't have teeth.
you went cold
How do you
turkey on
suckle?
those turtles, didn't you? Baby turtles. You
Yeah.
haven't had that for a whole week.
I have. Oh, don't say it. Now I want it. Oh,
He's thinking
maybe
about
we
it
can
now.
blend it up.
Yeah.
Breast pumps all week. I'm exhausted.
Titus is happy for his nips to take a break. You know, like they
Oh,
are.
they're so tender.
They're
Can't
so.
wait till
tender.
the polymorph spell runs out. Even though it normally lasts like.
I'm not ready
10
to
minutes.
drop character, Master Flagon.
He's not ready.
Had such a great week.
You have to. You have to become less old.
Flagon, what's your opinion of us now after seeing us spend
I
a week
think
like this?
I admire your commitment to your promise, and honestly, if you ever get tired of adventuring, perhaps you could offer this as a service to people. Maybe more people would be interested in having a highly real and extremely committed multi-generational
Family
family
roleplay.
experience.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see many people being
Family
interested.
fillers, we'll call ourselves.
Family
The way
fillers.
we stuck to our roles. It's as if we've been watched by an
committed-
audience.
yeah.
But it was just us three in a room.
Just us.
And you walk
Breastfeeding,
Some
out
parts I might have to use modify memory on myself.
some of the
We
stuff.
may all need to.
Maybe you
modify
had
our
one
memories.
really traumatic night. You're like, there's got to be a spell
snatched
out there
it,
that I
yeah.
can
I
learn.
went to the
Am I still
library.
role playing? It's Thursday. Come on.
I don't remember Tuesday at all. You don't want to remember it.
This is.
Is that a fall? Have you had a fall?
We've all had a
it's
fall.
some sort of hub.
Fall
Flagon,
morning.
pick me
weird.
up.
So, because of this, you each get inspiration, which is something I haven't used yet. But
Jesus.
essentially, you can now add an advantage to one of your roles of your choice once. This is because you come away feeling like you've actually learned a lot about yourself, that you feel that commitment and that honing of your sort of family values, let's call it, as a team, has really improved. You've been through some stuff.
I've developed a poo kink.
Sword's developed poo kink, which then had to be modified memoried out of his mind. Sword, you get the distinct suspicion that there are sort of suspicious blank spots in your memory. You, Titus, and Kapipi both know this was how you learned. You know, you worked together and worked out this modify memory spell. Titus discovered it in a book, and you've been practicing on the sly, basically on Sword. And one particularly traumatic time Sword had, you did him the favor of blanking out.
Have you
for
seen
him.
Top Girl?
Yes.
You caught me doing that.
You caught him pooping on himself in a fountain. Anyway,
Right,
you
my
leave.
breasts out.
You
What
leave.
is going on in here? The smell alone. You're writhing around in it. This is ridiculous. Get in there and breastfeed right now.
and Kapipi's there, just like you're cradling
He's
his
already
head.
under. Yeah. This is
Kapipi
ridiculous.
occasionally, a
You're
couple
making a
of
mockery
nights,
of this.
Titus used
We're
polymorph
family.
to shrink you down to like a much younger,
Also, I'm literally
smaller
like a little baby.
little
in his
baby,
arms.
but with your full-size Kapipi head.
Oh wow.
But the body was shrunk down to that of a baby turtle.
Okay.
Really weird
I've
week.
got very large breasts.
Yeah, huge.
So you're just nestled in there, loving it.
I feel like we're all a lot closer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
after this week.
exactly. It's horrible, really. Swords had to
Weird.
seriously de-traumatize himself. You, after this week, head down to Amira Oakhart's shipyard. Here you work in a much more serious manner with the various artisans that make up the shipyard staff. They range from carpenters to more intricate magical specialists, artificers, much like Sword, help to work ingenious devices and magically enhanced features into your ship. Your ship, of course, was the sort of clipper style ship. It's used to be used as a blockade runner, also considered a corvette. It's fast. It's fairly lightweight, fairly small, but it's designed for utility speed. It's a good ship, and it's been made significantly better by the team at this shipyard. The design and shape of the ship has changed quite drastically. Different features that you work with the artisans to improve and to add. This was based on your suggested upgrades, which I will briefly list so people get a quick overview of the kind of things we can expect on this ship. First and foremost, I've got on my list of requested upgrades, cage for Kevin. Of course, there's a brig / secure storage section on the bottom deck of the ship in its hold. This is where you can both keep Kevin and any particular valuables that you want locked up within a metal cage. You know, often ships would store some of the more valuable treasures, things that they don't want the whole crew having access to. Of course, you are the only real crew at this point. There's Kevin.
Kevin's in a
they're-
hole anyway. I don't know why we need to.
Because they're
It's nice to have.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just nice to have one.
Because they're artisans, I feel like there's a couple times where we threw out their designs because they were too nice looking,
Right, okay.
and then we're like, no, more prison-like,
More
if possible.
prison-like. Right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They're more
More
industrial.
grimy. Yeah,
more
stop making it look fancy. Stop adding the filigree, like
Rust.
industrial.
Needs a rust.
real
Rust
real
aid.
cost-saving exercises.
Yeah.
This is about making the right choices. Spinning alloy discs on the outside of the ship. This was a feature that you requested of the artisans. They kind of made, they did their best with this idea. They essentially put 4 large alloy armored discs on the outside of the hull of the ship, on the left and the right-hand side. Now these can be spun. From the inside, the crew can push the disc out onto a sort of spinning bracket. So you do have the spinning, but largely they're held in position to give you essentially metal armor, a little bit like the City by the Seas ships. You took that design, you used some of the metal that you've acquired, but in between those 4 discs on each side are small holes. Now,
Do you
this
want me
is
to
the
bring
gun
this-
deck.
Are we ready to bring this up yet? Or?
Yeah, you can bring that up.
The final
Yeah,
blueprint design.
Unfortunately, our artist Casper has been very busy, so he hasn't managed to do anything yet. But Trot very proficiently and very quickly managed to throw a design together earlier today. Gives you the rough idea of the sort of thing we're looking at. So these cannons, as you can see, are smaller than average. Let me
Which
just-
cannons?
They are just between those big, large discs. Now,
It's a visual aid for podcast listeners.
Yep.
Okay, so on the gun deck, which is the first floor below the top deck, there are special compact cannons that fire a smaller than average shot. However, they make up for their smaller size, like smaller sized balls. The balls they shoot are around the size of a golf ball by having a rotating cylinder of 4 chambers attached to the rear of the cannon. So imagine like a revolver chamber. They have 4 balls. This allows the user to quickly fire 4 rounds on a single pass. So whereas you'd come alongside a target, you can fire the first shot, rotate, fire the second shot, rotate. They're also made from a special kind of alloy, which is stronger than the average cannon, meaning that you can overcharge each shot. So whilst these are small balls, they fire with incredible speed and power, meaning they penetrate harder. They're designed for penetration. They will whip through a ship. They'll go from inside through and through sometimes, meaning that you can absolutely devastate the crew of ships without dealing a huge amount of damage to the hull. Quite useful if you ever wanted to take over a ship. Finally, these light cannons are also on a metal swivel arm that allows the operator to adjust the angle of their shot without needing the ship to move. So it allows them to be more accurate also.
I guess like a 180-degree angle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not quite 180, probably more like a 90 degree. But
okay.
But it allows them to be much more accurate.
Can the cannons shoot each other?
No, they cannot. No. So this is the special gun deck that's been designed. Equally, the metal discs give good defense for the crews to make sure that they don't take a return cannonball and devastate them. Also on this design is Kapipi's stage. Now this is a big part of the ship. They have the rear top deck of the ship is not only houses the wheel to pilot the ship, but also a special platform designed with Kapipi in mind that has built-in wooden cones. So if you've ever seen an amplifier made of wood for perhaps a phone in real life, basically the design of the deck, this is obviously showing you some cones and trumpet-like things, but the deck itself actually has conical shapes built into it, so that when Kapipi plays on his stage area, his music is amplified naturally through these wooden cones.
Great acoustics through that wood.
Exactly, meaning people can hear his songs and hear his performance. Not only that, Bob and Knob's special light boxes have been integrated into the deck. These not only can be used to create a disco-like environment, both on the soundstage and on the lower deck below for parties, they can also be angled in a way that projects light and designs up onto the sails acting as a giant projector screen. They can be used.
Movies.
Exactly, or just to intimidate your
long
foes
nights.
as you approach. You
All
can
that.
change the color of your ship's sails. Not only that, there is a stage detachment system built in. So ultimately, if Titus ever wanted to levitate or telekinesis a platform, Kapipi could be levitated up on this to further improve the show, let's say.
Wow. Nice traveling show. I like it.
The horn has been, the horn that you guys salvaged from the boar fight you did recently has been placed onto the front of the ship, great for raiding and smashing into things. Below that was the requested functional Iron Maiden that Titus asked for on the front of the ship. On the front. It acts not only as your figurehead, but also as a way to torture individuals when you want to strap them to the front of a moving ship inside an iron prison. On top of this, there are rooms in the rear hull. There's the captain's quarters on the main deck, which is much like similar designs of other pirate ships. You can go inside there. There's tables, there's chairs
Is
for
it
you guys.
3-story?
It is 3 stories. Well, so you have the top deck. You have the forecastle, or the.
No, I want to, the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
On that whole back of the ship.
Yeah.
The 3 stories to be captain's quarters.
No.
Okay.
That design just wouldn't work.
Why not?
In there is the table, all of your valuables and other things, sort of plans. There's also, Kapipi has helped design a small teleportation circle in the back of the captain's quarters. This is only big enough
It takes
for
years.
sort of about 5-6 people to comfortably teleport to. It's not as big as, say, ones you might find in temples or other official sites. Wizards, colleges often have their own teleportation circuits built into them. But the artisans work very hard alongside Kapipi to work out a way, and this is very sort of high technology for the magical world. You've managed to create a mobile teleportation circle. It has an arcane focus built into the floorboards, which allows you to magically tune your teleportation spell to allow you to teleport onto the ship itself within the captain's quarters. Below that, on the at the back of the gun deck, and below that again on the bottom floor where you had the brig or the secure storage area, are your rooms. Now, the final feature they managed to integrate, which was highly requested, was of course the glass bottom for the bedrooms. So as you step into your bedrooms,
Huge defensive nightmare.
it is. I mean, God help you if your enemies realise that the bottom of your ship is made of glass.
Or we ever run onto some
Or
shallow
a reef,
rocks.
absolutely. It's hidden below the waterline. So the waterline comes just below the gun deck. So obviously the bottom
We need the
deck.
crew to swap it for algae and build up every day.
Every day, and I mean, obviously Titus would be good at this, being a Triton. He can get under there and prestidigitation the glass,
He'll
keep
be
you nice
busy
and
being
clean.
captain.
Sorry?
It's busy being a captain.
Well, all three of you are technically captains.
It's
Now,
reinforced glass, I hope.
it's reinforced glass, absolutely. It's very thick, tempered glass. But yeah, as you sleep, in
We
your
could, like push against it and it'll be fine.
yes. Oh, you can jump up and down. You can drop things on it.
Not
This is
sugar glass then.
thick. It's not sugar glass. No, we decided
Imagine that in water.
the artisans looked at that as an option and went, no, this would be the worst option, sugar glass. Equally,
They tried it, they lowered it, and then suddenly
it just
gone.
melts. Yeah, it just melts away. No, they've chosen really high quality, magically reinforced glass. This
Right.
stuff is tough, but not super tough. Like you say, you run
Guys are
aground,
smart.
on rocks, there's a chance it could damage it. But
Okay.
it is below the waterline, so it's not obvious. A lot of trade secrets are held by the folk at Amira Oakhart's shipyard. So a lot of the secrets of your ship will stay safe. You know, nobody's going to know there's glass bottoms. You each have individual keys to your bedrooms, which you can design and lay out as you will. There's not very much space, only enough space for single beds. Obviously, it's not a huge ship, so you have single beds that fold up against the wall to give you maximum space. But there is the glass bottoms. Anyway, this is your ship. You now need to come up with a name for it.
Oh boy.
Look at that ship.
Shippy
God.
ship McShip.
This is.
We have done a great job there.
God, it's just got everything we could ever want.
Yeah.
The horn, the spinners.
The glass bottom is fantastic engineering.
What about the
Superb.
stage though? Imagine the shows we could put on in the middle of the ocean. Like it could be like an outdoor cinema, but for
Yeah.
music. You know, ships pull up. They can.
What should we call this beautiful ship that we've come across now?
Does need names.
Deserve
Name-
something larger than life. Like a
That
beautiful.
emphasises its size, but also its complex
What
nature.
about the little clipper?
The little clipper. I don't know.
Just throwing it in there, right? Next one.
Well, so what did you have before? You had
Clumsy
Fat
Goose.
Duck
Fat
was
Duck,
the original
yeah,
name, I believe.
Clumsy Goose is what we
The
named
Clumsy Goose is what you came up with. So this is a ship that is magically advanced. It's competent. It's fast. It is the ship of you three famous adventurers. You know, you've got a musician, you've got an artificer, you've got a wizard. Like, what are you going to get? You want to go out and earn your fortune, right? Okay, so the other ships we've had in this world were called things like Fortune's Grasp. You've got
What about?
Turgid tiger.
Oh, nice.
Turgid
I was
tiger.
just
Wow.
going to say.
Exotic.
I was just going to say a good ship.
A good ship.
The unsinkable good ship.
The unsinkable good ship.
The unsinkable good ship.
The UGS.
What about the friendship?
There's literally one of those.
Do you
in
write
the
your own
harbour.
lyrics?
It's called
I
friendship.
come
It's
up with
just
stuff for songs, yeah.
Bristol's friendship.
come on, keep thinking.
Come on, Turgid
Three
Eagle.
creative minds. I'm sure you can come up with
I'm
it.
very smart now.
You
Got
are
intelligence of 17.
Obviously, it's got a board. It's got a
We call it
board
this way
horn.
up in case it sinks and it's upside down.
And a big arrow.
And there's a big arrow.
this
is
way
this
up.
way up.
That's
the
not
name
a bad
of your
one. I
ship.
like that one.
Yeah. Doesn't roll off the tongue. Doesn't strike fear in our enemies
Yeah.
or
Of course,
joy enough.
We don't want to draw too much attention to us because we don't want people to know there's a glass bottom and all this. So
Oh,
what if we
yeah,
say
true.
this ship doesn't have a glass bottom?
Nice.
Totally wooden ship.
Yeah.
Full transparency.
This is just a normal ship, no magic.
Oh God.
Cheap ship.
The cheap ship.
Baby ship.
Yeah.
I've filled my pants with ship. I've shipped myself.
I ship myself.
Ship myself. Yeah.
Ship it.
Eat ship.
Liquidy ship. Eat ship.
I just wish I'd have spent more time thinking about what this could have been called.
Yeah,
But-
I was really into the baby role play for a long
Should we name it
time.
after?
What about-
after Kevin?
The horny succubus.
Horny succubus.
What does that mean?
Wow.
What's a succubus?
Succubus is kind of like a devil-like creature that's got a lot of foreplay.
Right, and what does horny mean?
Horny means sexy, horny.
Horned like a horned creature. You've seen
But
those little spikes.
I just noticed we
What
got a
about
horn
the
on the
ship,
front.
though?
Oh, yeah,
well,
got
the
a
stuff haven't
horn.
got a stage on there. Maybe that could be
The horny toad.
A musical theme could be in there.
Arena. Yeah.
So like
the O2.
or like the O2.
We could get a sponsorship and just call it like Turtle Bay. Turtle Bay. And get it branded up. Fully branded. What about Baby Turtle?
What about Wembley?
What's that? What's Wembley?
Just a nice name, isn't it? It just rolls off.
Ah man.
So you've got like a tusk on the front of it. You've got a bore.
If we do a performance,
You
it'd
could
be
call it
Hello
like
Wembley.
the thrusting bore, or the. Try and think of like names that sound
The
like they might be
raw-
on
What
ships.
about
The
a
raw dogger.
noun and then an adjective? Like we had the clumsy
The
goose.
jagged,
Oh,
the
fat.
jagged
that's
tusk.
quite a good idea. Yeah.
So adjective noun
Jagged
is what we're
tusk.
The
after.
jagged tusk or the jagged
What about the Raw
viper?
Dogger?
The raw
the
dog.
raw dogger.
I
I do like that.
Yeah. That's it. We're going to raw dog the waves, and we've got glass bottom, so we are raw dogging it. To
You could just call it the raw dog.
The raw dog.
Raw Dog.
To the raw dog. Yes.
I like the Raw Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
The raw
Dog of the sea.
Medium done.
Raw dog. Let's raw dog it.
Raw
We
dog.
can put slogans under it as well, which
Oh,
can
yeah.
change.
What about if we always
Yeah.
change the name?
I mean, the stories that people will say when they come across the raw dog will tell themselves.
the raw dog.
It's the dog of the sea. It's just the tusked dog
Yeah.
of the sea.
The horny Raw Dog.
The horny raw dog.
The Dog Dick Red
We all
Raw
got
Dog.
fucked on the horny raw dog.
Yeah. There's a lot of play with that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
raw dog.
So
Fact.
the raw dog has been christened.
Hey, there it is.
Right, has anyone got a champagne bottle or something? We need to smash it on the side of the boat, don't we, or something like that?
Oh,
one
I
of-
drank it all. I thought that was like to celebrate.
Nah.
As the raw dog sits atop the sort of launching jetty before it moves from their workshops down into the waiting water of the small harbour attached to the shipyard, it waits proudly on runners. All it takes is the chopping of a piece of rope and it will slide down into the water. You are given a big old bottle of bubbly to smash against it. And
Hey.
if any of you would like to smash the bottle and cut the rope, the ship will slide down into the water.
KPP, would you like to smash?
I'd love to smash.
Get smashed.
I'm going to smash
the
this
raw
bottle.
dog.
Do we do it before we cut the rope?
It's time to raw dog smash.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have it on a bit of rope that I swing into the ship, or am I just literally?
You can hold it, I think, yeah.
What
You
about
have-
the glass?
This
Well,
is,
Anyone got a tea towel?
honestly, you are in control of your own body.
Okay.
I don't want to have to use any of my spells
Remember, you're
on you
not
today.
a little baby turtle anymore.
All right, here
You're
we
a
go
fully
then.
grown.
We're going to
Call
call
the
it
waves
the
coming
raw
in. We can hear
dog.
'em.
Smash.
Nah, it didn't
Roll
smash.
to hit.
Didn't smash.
Roll to hit.
Oh.
The waves are.
They're really
Storming out
picking up.
there.
We're gonna have to get out before the tide really blows
Yeah.
7.
everything away.
Bounces off at first.
Oh God.
Oh, I've
It's
seen
a-
this before. This could
How
take
strong's
ages.
this bottle?
Come on, man. I
That's
thought
what
you've
you've
been
been for
working
ages.
out.
It's quite a big bottle.
Yeah,
of
yeah, it's like a
champers.
magnum. Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
He swings again.
Whoa.
Roll to hit.
10.
Doesn't quite break. Once
on,
again,
Kapipi,
come on,
so
Kapipi.
embarrassing.
Come
Jesus.
on.
Can
It's
we
a
like
big
drain
bowl,
a little
but
bit?
yeah.
I can't. I'm gonna do like a
Really put your
like
back
the
in.
hammer throw where they
Yeah,
spin
spin
around.
it, spin it,
Yeah,
spin
go
it.
Whoa. And then
Come on.
19.
Now,
Boom! It smashes and breaks upon the bow of the ship.
Can I have shot it?
yeah. You
Fuck's
don't
sake.
notice, but in the background, Sword has managed to pop it
Whoa,
off.
you did it, Kapipi!
Yeah.
I'm drenched.
People nearby cheer. A crowd has gathered to see the launching of this glorious new ship as,
Anyone pull glass out of hands?
as it slides down the ramp and into the water. Congratulations, you've launched the Raw Dog, your ship. There are two last tasks for you to undertake. The first of which is mainly aimed at Sword. Sword, in front of you stands 6
I'm heavily hungover.
automatons.
Okay.
These are standing at about 4.5 feet each. They're slightly smaller than the average humanoid. They are wooden and metal in construction with a glowing gemstone heart. Now, these are special crew that have been built. There are 6 of them, 1 for each of the guns on the gun deck. They can also perform other things within the ship, but they were made with that in mind. These are created to help you crew the ship and crew the gun deck. Sword, you've been instructed by the other artificers. You've helped to make these as well. They will essentially work under all of your command, but Sword knows how to maintain them. Occasionally they perhaps might need a bit of TLC, a bit of oiling, a bit of greasing, which of course
That's
Sword
my
is-
go-to. That's
Sword
my
is
WD-40.
a famous greaser.
Yeah.
They stand folded slightly, but at attention, waiting for you to give them the command to hop up onto the ship.
I'm inspecting them all, like walking
Yep.
up and down, kind of like a drill sergeant.
Yeah. They're perfect, they're gleaming, they're brand new, the wood has been freshly oiled, the metal is greased
I
nicely.
like check one of their arms out, give it their
Yeah.
elbows a good like bend. Yeah, everything seems ship shape.
Well, hey!
Right then, all of you, look at me.
They kind of turn so the design of these is, imagine the skeleton, the bones of them are made of metal, and the head, the chest, the legs and the arms all have like a lovely teak oiled wood in very blocky shapes. So, you know, they don't really have much in their hands are sort of like claws, like very simple. They've got a thumb style plate and two other large plates that sort of do that.
Nice.
They close.
Like Lego hands.
Yeah, like a Lego hand, but with an extra like finger.
A joint in the middle.
Yeah, and their shoulders and arms. They look a bit like you've seen the wood skin for Bastion from Overwatch. He's got like a natural wood skin. Like It's a bit like that, you know. So yeah, they're like robots made of steel and wood.
Can I, retroactively, when I went to the person to work with these designs,
Yep.
have summoned a homunculus servant,
Right.
which is like a hand-sized version of this big design.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is, when I'm not in control of the automatons, I've programmed this tiny homunculus servant to be a full-blown, like, really harsh drill sergeant.
Yeah, sure.
So he's kind of like the intermediary
Yep.
ruler
Yep.
of these guys,
Okay.
who just barks orders, but he's like
Tiny.
shin height.
Yeah. Well, also
Tiny.
what you've got is like it's an old lantern that
Yeah.
you've like gutted out.
Nice.
That has like a little platform in there for him.
You
It's
can
like his
go in
little
there.
house.
Yeah.
And on the gun deck is literally Tinkerbell. on the gun deck, there's like a hook in the center of on the
Nice.
ceiling
Put
that you
him
can
on
just
there.
put him there, so he can see everyone and control the gun deck. You know, shouting orders whilst that's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, great. So they take your homunculus from you and carry themselves and the homunculus up down to the ship, and they jump on and they go down onto the gun deck, and then they just get into their sort of storage positions
How many
in the
was
gun
there?
deck.
Was there 6, did you say?
There's 6 of them, yeah.
Have they got any names? Guess we can name them on
It's up
the...
to you.
while
They
we're
don't
in
have
this-
names at the moment. Unit
we
1
can-
through 6 is what they are at the moment.
Right, well,
Yeah,
name
they got
them.
their factory settings right now, but we could give them names.
Right. Yeah, let's do that at some point.
We'll feed all that to our first mate when we hire them, and then we'll get them to sort it out in all the
Yeah.
progress. It takes ages.
Guys, we do need a captain's hat or 3. Did any of
We
you
might
got
need some captain hats.
Are
Are
we
we got
gonna-
one?
Are we going to get one hat that has like 3 holes in it?
So we all
Or,
stand.
So we can stay attached
or
at all times.
are we going to get like detachable hats that can unify?
Maybe
I
they
think the
clip together
detachable ones that
With
can
clips.
unify.
clips,
Why do they
yeah.
need to be unified at any point?
just when we sleep. You didn't.
It's when we
You're
sleep.
not staying in the sleeping arrangements.
No.
The PP.
I thought we were in
We
separate
sleep
rooms.
in one large, very large bed.
Yeah,
Oh.
That all 3 of us had, but we keep the captain's hat on.
the hat stays
Well,
on.
of course, like I'd
The
expect the
hat
hat
stays on.
Okay, so what
That's
was
what's
it? So
written
we,
above the
we
bed.
want 3 separate hats that can just interlock when
Join
we're
together.
Like Legos.
Like,
Okay.
like little puzzle pieces.
yeah, okay,
Alright.
so you've got interlocking hats.
Have we got that?
I
Did
mean-
anyone order that from the artisans? Like, have they thrown that in, or
I didn't mention it,
honestly, I
but
don't know.
again, I've been so drunk this week. It's been
So what do they
Maybe-
look like when they're like individual, and what do they look like when they're one?
So I imagine 2 of our hats have like curved sides and
Yeah.
a flat side,
Yeah.
and the person in the
It's
middle has
just like-
2 flat sides.
imagine this hat, but like literally cut in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
one has the like the
in
front
thirds.
trihorn,
And one
and the other
just
2 have the
looks
side
like
trihorns.
So dumb.
Is that in there? Will we find that in the captain's quarters?
Yeah,
when we
sure.
go in?
You've gone to like a
Right.
tailor or
There it
something
is.
and had this weird hat.
What's
that's
this
been
under
made.
this velvet? Oh, it is.
There it
Here
is.
boys.
It's the hat.
Hey,
Wait, who's going to be the
whack
middle
hats.
one? Who's going to be the
Well, I
side
don't know. I
one?
feel like the middle one should probably be maybe Kapipi in terms of size.
I'll
don't know
be the
why.
middle one if you want,
Yeah, it makes
boys.
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Should we
I can
try
hug
them
it- I'll
on?
hug his shell at night.
All at once.
Clip on the back.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's such a
There
snug
we go.
fit. I
Yeah.
have to go on my tiptoes a little bit
Yeah,
But-
he's big. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a name for your homunculus at some point as
Okay.
well. Okay, great. So you got the
Dr.
intellect.
Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood.
He's got a song as well.
Does homunculus just last? Is it just something you always have?
Don't know. How's it work, Drop?
Out of curiosity, or is it just like a brief spell? Or can you be a Kevin-esque creature? That's all down to you, really.
Well, I mean,
what
the
you're allowed.
homunculus, the way that works, it does have mechanics.
Wait, what's the homunculus? Is that the hand?
The homunculus is his little creature. That's basically the drill sergeant.
It's one of my
okay.
abilities as a...
Yeah, homunculus is just basically just a little creature that you build to do your bidding.
I'll look it up whilst...
Yeah. So
also, can I... The whole teleportation circle thing, I'm just filling in a little bit of detail here.
Yeah.
While setting it up, Sword exploits this for the next 3 weeks of the month by... He writes on his body, if found, teleport to, and then the code word for the ship.
Okay.
And I just use that to get absolutely sloshed every night.
Right.
And then I somehow end up teleported back to the ship.
The one or two, that only works 1 or 2 times
Yeah.
because that requires a wizard.
Someone else to teleport.
Someone
me.
who can actually create a teleportation
teleport
circle.
to.
So a lot of people find
I
you're just
can,
like,
so I can just teleport him back.
you
know?
could, yeah, but then you could just carry him. You know where you're going. But anyway, yeah, you got that tattooed in your chest, no problem.
You were a baby during this time.
One other
true.
thing you need to do is you need to hire a first mate. So much like Dinky Doinkers, you guys will have a first mate. The automatons can do some of the crewing for you, definitely. However, it's prudent to hire a first mate who is an expert on the sea, on the ocean. And you have 3 candidates ready for interviewing when you feel like it.
How did they know we were advertising? Did we put posters up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the 3 weeks you've been doing after
Work
you
for
did,
us.
the role play of the family role play, you went out on some sailing lessons. You were taught how to operate the ship, operate some of its parts. You also put out some ads for first mates. Now, typically, because you are rich ship people, you've bought your own ship. You want to be captains of your own ship. You don't want to have to go through all of the rigmarole of being, on cruise, learning over the years it requires to learn how to properly operate a ship. So instead, you're gonna hire an expert that you can boss around,
Right.
and that is your first mate. So the 3 have turned up for their interview. Once you're happy with everything, you can go back inside the shipyard building and find the 3 candidates waiting.
Do we bring them onto the ship to the captain's quarters? We sit behind the captain's table.
Can
and
if
it's
you like,
an-
you
a
conduct
job
it wherever you
interview
like.
kind of-
We
should
got
do
our
it
hat
like-
on as well.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle.
It's the X Factor on the deck.
Yep.
Bring him in.
So
Send in the first
yeah.
candidate.
Okay, so you find yourself on the ship, you walk
Which one
down
of
the
us
deck.
is like the bad one?
Inside, you step onto
all
the
bad.
ship
Okay.
and you walk into the sumptuous captain's
the
cabin.
Irish one.
The captain's cabin is located on the top deck of the ship at the rear, behind the forecastle, or the forecastle, which is the raised area at the back, on top of which has Kapipi's stage. Underneath is where your captain's quarters are. Inside, you have a beautiful round table made of the finest wood with 3 seats with cushions. You sit behind the table. And outside, the staff of the shipyard bring down your 3 candidates. The first candidate walks in through the door.
Please take a seat.
Yep, thank you very much.
What's your name? Where are you from?
All my friends call me Handsome Andy, and he's not handsome at all. He's got a mess of a face. One of his eyes is much bigger than the other. His skin is mottled, scarred, and burnt. He's
He's a looker, isn't he?
I just feel a little bit sick for some reason.
He has patchy bits of hair still, where hair still grows in tufts on the top of his head. One of his ears is missing, or at least a bit of ear remains, but it's largely been what looks like ripped or chewn off. Yeah, he's Handsome Andy. Yeah, I've been working on ships now for quite a while. I can tell you everything. I can show you what a rope is. I can show you what a sail is. I can show you what a sea is. Show you what's wet, what's dry. I've been looking for a job. The last one, the ship exploded. So I've just been recuperating on the Gold Tooth Isle. I feel pretty good now, well in myself, and I think I want to get back out there. What would you like to know? Any questions?
You look a little accident prone.
Well, I did my best, but the previous captain, well, we got into the business of gunpowder transport.
Right.
And the problem with gunpowder transport,
Slippery slope in it.
it's dangerous. It is
Yeah.
extremely dangerous. And it was both we got into the gunpowder and we also got into the candle transporting business, which...
You didn't put them in the same storage.
No, but one time some customers came on board and they wanted a demonstration of candles. They were looking to buy candles. They only wanted 4 candles.
Only 4?
Yeah.
4 candles?
Why do they want
There was
hand-
some
Handles for
confusion.
forks, or-
Why do they want handles for forks?
Well, that's what we
We
said.
don't need handles.
That's what we said. And there was a conversation about it, a disagreement, and unfortunately the ship exploded. I was below deck at the time, sleeping in my hammock, and yeah, the whole thing went up. I had to swim 3 miles.
This is not looking good, actually, in terms of just safety record.
It wasn't my fault.
Sure.
It wasn't my fault. I was asleep.
Well, that's
Right.
probably part of the
We were sleeping in ships.
problem.
But anyone died. Everyone died. I was a sole survivor.
So you won.
And I swam my way in 3 mile swim. That's not bad. 3 miles. Come on.
That's a long way.
We were moored off the coast. Swam into the Gold Tooth Isle. Collapsed on the beach. And then I was nursed back to health. And I'm
You
happy
wanna
to
just
say
get
that
back out there.
I want to get back out there. I say get back on the horse.
Okay.
In this case, that horse is a boat.
All right, let's do some like a bit back and forth here. Let's
Yeah.
throw you into like a scenario and just see how you would deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. So Kapipi, he's woken
me.
up. That's him.
you.
I've
Nice to
woken
meet
up.
you, Captain.
And it's
He
been
doesn't have a
rough
hound.
seas. Rough seas. Captain's quarters.
Oh, rough
and you,
seas.
You hear the sound of Kapipi struggling. He's
Oh.
stuck in his shell and he's not in bed anymore.
get out of my shell,
You have to
sometimes
get
that
out of
happens.
his shell. What do you do?
Oh, grease. I grease him.
This is a good option.
That is good.
I grease him. If he gets stuck in his shell, much like anything, I always like to carry a big pot. I got a big belt. He's got this belt on
Yeah.
where he just has various pots of things. It doesn't look like a particularly comfortable belt because like it's literally got like full-size ceramic pots just
Right.
like strapped to the outside of the belt. It's not clever how he's done it. It's heavy ceramic shells. Inside, you see what smells like beef dripping or some sort of like grease. And he goes, yeah, I get this. And he just around the neck there, he popped the head right out. That, it'll come out of the shell, no problem. And then if he gets stuck in his, you say he's stuck in his bed or his hammock or something?
No, he's missing from his bed because the rough seas has thrown him out of bed.
See, then the other
stuck
thing
in the
I
shell,
get
yeah.
is a prying bar. So you want to use leverage, the power of leverage.
Right.
I'd get a ceramic pot, I'd put it underneath the prying bar, I'd lay a bar on top of it, I'd get one under the bar underneath him, then I'd lever it really hard, flip him up, off the ground, back into his hammock.
Right,
about
he
oars?
did use a ceramic pot
Huh?
there rather
What
than
about
a
oars?
solid.
Yeah.
Or what?
Would you use an oar?
Yeah, why not? I'd like to use a prime. The thing about oars is you want to be careful because they can be a bit. You don't want to break an oar. Very valuable. But I could use an oar, yeah.
Right, that's good.
Whatever you fancy.
I'm glad you said that leverage is very important. So how much would you pay to be a first mate?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're meant to be. We're paying for this role.
This is very prestigious.
Well, of
role.
course I'll do.
Trying to
A,
utilise some leverage.
I'll do
here.
a month's free first. So you can get to know
Right.
me. I'll work on this.
Can we get
Obviously,
a-
you got to feed me.
Money back guarantee on that.
Well, tell you what. First month I'll do for free, and you got to feed me, water me, not
Well,
like a
Don't
plant.
you worry about the food and water. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll
I'm
come
going
Thank
to throw
you.
an apple at your head really quickly.
Um,
I'm trying to gauge
Dexterity.
he
yeah.
takes it to the face.
something. Takes
Yeah.
it to the face. Ah,
How did
okay.
that feel?
Is that the first meal?
I
Well,
write.
it's more of a case of your reactions were
I wrote notes
quite
down.
poor. Quite
Yeah.
poor there. Quite
Interesting.
poor. I
Interesting.
just wanted to see whether you would actually catch it.
Interesting.
Maybe you'd respond to something. Maybe potential gunfire. You didn't even flint. You just took it to the face.
So he catches it in the face and he pulls a couple of his teeth out,
Wow,
puts it in his pocket.
that was just an apple. Your teeth are falling out.
Yeah, I mean, he's already like, you
Sure,
see in
you've
his mouth
been-
it's already in pretty bad
Yeah,
shape.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of his teeth are already
Been through a
gone.
lot. You don't look fighting fit.
Well,
Right,
I'm
just-
healthy in
I'm gonna
myself.
point out these things now. You don't look fighting fit. Your tooth just came out.
Yeah, but I
after
just
an
eat mashed
apple.
food. I just eat mashed food.
I've
Right,
got a.
You eat mashed food only. Mashed food. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You
can
look
have
And
a-
he dances a little jig.
Wow.
He does a little jig.
dancer. Look.
Sure.
I'm all right. He's
on
really
the-
desperate
so
for
he
this
could
job.
do some entertainment for us. Do you
Good
know
deal.
any? Do you know any jokes? That's another question I'd like
Any
to ask.
jokes?
Yeah. Do you know any jokes? We just like to ask the
Oh, yeah,
candidates.
just
What's your favourite joke? It builds a character profile for us to know what kind of humour.
What's a pirate's favourite letter?
I don't know.
You think it'd be R, but 'tis a C I love.
Nice, nice.
That's actually not bad.
That's
a
not
good
a
one. He
bad
knows
joke.
his jokes.
Can you also can you perform under pressure?
Oh
Or
yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody, any of those?
I'm not much for a singer,
Right. Okay.
but I'm a hell of a dancer, and he doesn't have the
can.
like really basic
How much
like
pressure though are we talking? Like,
50
what-
fathoms.
Okay, good. I was going to say what depth.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Oh, here we go. What about this experiment? So you're in control of there's a speeding train.
Yeah.
Now you can pull a lever to change directions, 2 directions. On one path, there's just us 3. We're just stood there, idly standing on the track.
Unaware of a
quite
train.
quite ridiculous. On
Yeah.
the other, 12 children. They're just playing on a track, having fun, having a great time. Which way do you go with that?
Well, you're my captain, so sorry, 12 kids are gone.
Right answer. Right. You're
Can we hire you
you're
now?
back to the top
Can we
of the
hire
list.
you
This is
right
good.
now?
This is a good mentality
You're
to
at
have.
the top of our list right now.
Yeah.
I'm the
Prioritising
first
us.
one in here,
Out of
though.
everyone
You
we've
didn't
seen,
even hesitate.
you have aced this better than anyone
Incredible.
we've
The
seen
Kids,
so
So
far.
far.
the kids straight
You
away.
can't take an apple, but you
Amazing.
can kill 12 kids.
Handsome
Which is
Andy,
fantastic.
Yeah.
you should leave
Handsome
this
Andy,
room feeling very confident that you definitely might not have the job, but might also have it.
Okay.
I think the big downside, if I'm going to be frank,
Oh,
the
while he's
apples.
here,
And
do you want-
transparent
are these
while he's
notes
here.
he needs to hear. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think his appearance might be a bit distracting for the crew. We can't have anyone too
I'm not.
much of
You're
a...
saying in front of him.
No,
I
no,
tried
no.
to
Wear a
avoid it.
mask.
I tried to tiptoe around
You're
it. I
too
said,
handsome. that's
I'm
the
happy
thing,
to wear a
Andy.
mask or a hood or a
I
hat.
don't want
mask
the automaton crew falling in love with you, is what I'm trying to say.
right.
Right.
He's too
I'm,
much
I'm
of a
more than
looker.
willing to wear
You're-
whatever disguise you want me to, really.
People are going to know. They're just going to
I'll
see
wear a bag
you.
on my head with holes cut out if you like.
Okay, I like that one.
You could
I've had
be
to work with
Hessa.
that
You could
before,
be
and
Hessa.
it works a treat. The
All
old
right,
bag
yeah.
trick. Sometimes you can get quite a lot done.
We'll be in touch either with a
Yeah.
rejection letter or a letter of approval.
Or we'll just shout down to the docks when we've seen the other 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If honestly, if
Or just
one of
yell
the other-
gutter trash
Just hang
as loud as
around
possible.
on the
You
ship.
should turn
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
right? That's
if you see the ship leaving,
Oh, it's got-
gutter trash.
Yeah?
There he is. Exactly.
Whatever,
So
I'm
we'll-
just really, I really want this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sea
really-
scum.
actually,
Yeah.
you know what?
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Look,
He's good
brilliant.
at nicknames,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, yeah.
If you see
Yeah,
the ship leaving and you're not on it,
Yeah.
just make the assumption. Make
No
the,
good,
make the logical
didn't get the
leap.
job.
It's no good.
Make
yeah.
the, or I was going to say, make the assumption that we're coming back for you in the future.
Yeah,
and you
just
should
wait
keep-
around.
Yeah, just wait for us.
I'll wait on the dock then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
linger. for as
Ling-
long
I'll
as
linger.
possible.
It
Yeah,
might
yeah.
take
You don't know if
months.
it's part of
I
the test.
remain.
You don't know if it's part of the test.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
okay.
could be
But
part
you
of
already
the
said you'll
interview.
work for us for a month for free, so that's.
Yeah.
If
Any chance
anything,
we
we
can get
should
that
probably
to-
utilise that just for the sake of this. He's offering for free.
He is.
Let's
we
see
can
what the
have
other
it.
lot offer, and then I'll
Well, we'll
see
see
if
what
I
they
can.
offer. You don't need to know.
Right.
Well, I'd like to make.
Sure.
I'd like to be informed, if
Right.
possible.
Right, of course.
Well, if you don't mind seeing yourself
Shall I
out,
send
Handsome
the next
Andy.
one in?
Yeah,
We're quite
send the next one
forgetful,
in, please. If
Quite
you could send them in
forgetful
on the
people.
way out. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
right. So he leaves out. Handsome Andy wanders out. Handsome Andy's about, average height for a human.
Hey, Kabuki, this
Medium
time
build.
last week you were sucking on these tits.
I was trying to forget that.
I'm just reminding you.
Okay.
Sorry, go
You
on.
remind him that you've probably bought some boobs that he suckled from, and you were the size of a baby for a bit. Door closes, and then door opens again. Steps in. This again, it looks to be a human. They're about 6 feet, 5.5 feet tall, of medium to heavy build. They're in a long, waxed coat, and they have long, dark hair obscuring most of their head and quite a lot of their face. They walk in kind of heavily.
I want to pull a gun on them
Okay.
and shout, "Name 5 blue things in this room now."
All right, you've got me. Put the gun down.
I knew it. I uncock it and put it, holster it.
5 blue things. And he parts his hair, and in between, you notice a face.
Oh my God, he's got a face.
Wow.
It's Tyrone, the guy that was in the stocks. He's tried to sneak into this interview
You son
process.
of a bitch, Tyrone.
I'm the son of a bitch.
What are you strapped with? Check his body. Someone,
I
please.
can't remember how this guy spoke, which is kind of a problem.
See-
So I'm going to change it up a bit.
He's been,
All right.
he's been tortured.
God, what's happened to your voice?
I'm Tyrone. I got really ill. when I got stuck in the stocks for ages.
Yeah, you
Who
were out
would
there
put
for
you in
weeks.
stocks? I don't remember anything. You were in stocks.
You don't remember? You pummeled me in poo. I was covered from head to toe in the detritus left from the bucket in my ship. You the wizard, and he tries to run towards you.
Modify memory. Can I do that?
You want to try and cast it on my
I'm going to
memory?
modify your memory.
You bastard! And then what do you have to do to modify memory? And he's pulled a blade.
Saving throw for you, I think,
Yeah.
which is
Wisdom saving throw.
of 16 to beat.
Well, I'm not fighting the creature.
Yeah, he just has to fail a wisdom.
He fails.
Okay, so you choose the memory.
In a moment. So you cast
You
a spell.
remember I tried to save you, but I was like pulled away, and they started pummeling me with shit, dog shit, and horse shit. And then I was just like, "No, I'm trying to save you, Tyrone." But unfortunately
check
I was
the
dragged
details
away,
of the
so I
spell.
couldn't save your.
You'd be dead without this, man.
situation. You would have been dead. Well, you would have been dead. I spoke to one of the top officers, and they said they'd spare you, but you have to stay in there for a bit longer and get more shit in your face.
God, we just modified Tyrone's
Oh,
like,
God.
whole, like,
So-
arc.
I never expected to see him again. This is the thing.
No.
It's just one of those things. I had to really pull out that.
Imagine if he ever
mod
got that memory
switch.
back. That would be fun.
he
Okay,
gets that
so
memory
it becomes
back,
incapacitated and charmed.
He's going back in.
So he pulls a blade, rushes towards you, and then you raise your hand
Modified memory.
and do this, and almost instantly his eyes go vacant, and the arm drops, and he's just sort of drooping, staring at you, and like he's obviously in a very receptive state now. While this charm lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event they experienced within the last 24 hours.
Okay.
And you can permanently eliminate all memory of the event or allow. So you need to create something that happened within the last 24 hours.
We became lovers. In the last 24 hours.
Right, okay.
That was it's a full-on redemption.
All right, okay, so what is it? What happened in these last
The
24
day
hours?
starts with me apologising to him profusely, and then I take him on a walk down the beach. Okay. We enjoy an ice cream from
Okay.
one of the local sellers. Turns out it wasn't ice cream. I'm not sure what it was, but it was edible.
Is there a whole
Kind
montage of them slowly
There's a
like,
montage.
wanting to kill you, but then you hand
then
them an
we
ice
kinda
cream?
of me doing nice things for him. Basically, I shower him with gifts.
Okay.
Obviously, there's none of this actually happened.
No,
you know.
no, yeah.
I was with you guys.
To him, it's totally real.
I was with those guys. But yeah, no. So he has now a lovable affinity with me, and I've apologised.
Was there any
profusely.
romance?
A little bit of romance. We almost kissed, but was interrupted by a puppy that got in between our face at the time. We laughed off. Oh, puppies! So it was a very romantic moment.
Okay.
Hopefully, his thoughts of me have improved since flinging shit his way.
Okay.
And I also convinced him that I was poisoned by an elder wizard who made me throw shit at him. Which
Right,
is
so you
why
gave
so
some
my
reason.
story was basically I was poisoned, and then a spell was cast upon me to fling shit maliciously towards a man who could not defend themselves. And so yes, it's a lot of gaslighting going on.
It's a neat little
A
bow.
lot of gaslighting.
All the
I
number-
think that's every strand tied up. nicely.
Okay.
Pretty much. There's
So
a
you-
romance set aside.
You communicate this, and then he comes to again, and the knife tucks back into his pocket, and he drops to one knee, and he's like, Titus, my love! Oh, it's so good to see you again. I couldn't sleep all of last night after the things that went unsaid between us.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, the things that went unsaid.
Those things.
I bought you a puppy. And from
no.
underneath his jacket, he hands you a little
That's
puppy.
amazing.
This one's got 3 eyes.
Wow. Well, how did you find
Yeah,
such a-
well, somebody was going to drown it. It
Oh,
was
they
part
were?
of a litter, and they said they shouldn't have 3 eyes, but the 3 eyes seem to be functioning. The third eye, the head, it's sort of like a King Charles Spaniel. It's quite a small dog with quite a bulbous, like, forehead and head, and already quite bulbous eyes. And one of the eyes is poking out between the sort of the curve of its eyebrows, and it looks up at you sweetly. And he hands it to you, and he
it's
puts it in your
adorable.
hands.
Oh, my goodness.
I couldn't bear for you to be away. I heard you were leaving this morning in the tavern whilst I was still drinking away, trying to quell these feelings that have sprung up inside me for you, quite mysteriously. After you told me all about how you were
wizard
cursed by an evil wizard to act so cruelly against me.
That wizard.
I broke on.
me.
I'm not typically a first mate. I was a quartermaster. But, well, I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring for you to consider me,
Oh,
if you will, for this role.
we will
Please.
certainly ask you the correct
What the
questions.
fuck is going on?
You don't need to know.
I snuck in.
Shall I shoot him?
Excuse,
No, don't
excuse
shoot him.
the,
Don't shoot him.
excuse the hair.
Sure.
I don't know why I'm wearing this. And he pulls off the wig and throws it to the side.
It's a creaky ship. Yeah, very creaky.
Can you step off that plank?
Sorry.
We need to nail that one
Nail
down.
that one down, yeah.
Anyway, that other bloke leaving, you don't want him, surely. He looked horrific.
So you're here for the first mate interview, is it?
I'm here. Yeah,
You all right?
got hiccups a little bit.
How much do you charge for, like, if you were like with a month? How much would that cost us?
Well, I think a first mate goes for I don't know, a few gold a month would do me.
Okay.
Right.
You've got money so cheap.
5 to 10 gold
A month.
a month.
Would you do any months free? Like, could you?
No, I do my worth. I've worked upon some of the finest ships in the world.
Yeah.
I was upon the Fortune's grasp, a proud empirical ship.
Oh, what happened?
What happened there? How come you're not anymore?
Well, they let me go. I may have inadvertently poisoned the crew and captain at one point.
Nightmare.
Why would you do such a? Are we at risk if you?
Well, you lot sold me that stuff and it was delicious, and for some reason it went wrong, went bad.
You must have let it go
Hang
off.
on a second.
What?
You turning this around on us?
No, it's not your fault.
In an interview.
He's trying to blame us for
You know we're
the
the
horrible
bosses
poisoning.
here.
Oh,
I can't believe you would turn such a thing on us after everything we've been through.
I know. I'm trying to reconcile myself with myself. I don't know why.
Yesterday was the best day ever.
I was. I loved it. I felt things I never felt before. The puppies.
What did you name this puppy?
I haven't named it. I thought you'd like to name it.
3 like Ian, but 3 and with 3 eyes.
You don't have to prove it to me. It's your choice.
I'm explaining it to you.
You're Threean
3
because he's got 3 eyes and he's called Ian.
All right, 3
Threean the dog.
3 the dog. What kind of dog is it?
It's a King Charles Spaniel.
Wow, beautiful dog. Head's a little bit too tight for its brain.
Yeah.
He's cramming those eyes.
And
in.
it's got an extra eye,
Threean
so there's
lost-
even less space for
Tongue is
brain.
lolling out of his mouth. He's a happy dog, but at all times. Thank you for the dog. It's nice. It's not very ship-worthy, but we'll have it. We'll take it.
I'm wondering if this, whatever's going on here, is going to affect his work.
Yeah, the poisoning of his crew.
No, this, whatever's
whatever's
going on
going on
here.
between
I
you
see.
two.
Right.
I think there's going to be
like-
some bias going on because,
And if that ever turns stale,
yeah,
we're gonna have some awkwardness.
It's all in his head. I was with you yesterday.
yeah, but he believes
Yeah,
whatever
what is
you've
that?
done.
Oh, so you think you might turn on us? You
Yeah.
might remember at one point?
Or if you two break
That
up
can happen.
or whatever.
We don't together.
Well, he thinks you
We
are.
were together.
How are you going to
In
continue
his
this?
dreams, am I right?
Yeah, but how? Yeah, but
It
if
was
he
pretty
believes it,
kinky
how
as
are you
well.
going to break it
How are you
off?
going to keep
He
it?
likes bondage stuff.
Oh, right.
didn't know.
Did you put that in the memory thing?
Well, it was a bit of a mix. I kind of like got a vibe from him,
discovered
and
a lot.
then he really enjoyed that
Right.
stuff. Yeah, so
We still got a third person to interview, so
we certainly do.
Any questions for me?
Yeah. God, no, I'm blank. No, I'm done. That's it.
first thing you do when you wake up in the morning.
Brush my teeth.
Okay. Weird.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, I don't want to be like that other bloke who just came out the door. Christ, you see his teeth?
He was a looker.
We did.
He looked like someone just fallen out.
No, it looked like
You got a terrible taste.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like
Look
he was
what you
chucked
ended up
between
with.
the cogs of a large machine. He was quite ruined.
No, he looks like he survived some dangerous things at sea.
How are your reactions? No, I throw apple. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he leaned slightly to the side and.
That's
Not
good.
bad.
That's not
Write
bad.
that one down.
I'll
that
write
one
some
down.
notes about that.
He avoided the apple. So there's a train track, speeding train. It's going fast, but you have control of which direction it goes. There are 2 directions. We are playing, having a great time on one
Frolicking,
side.
if
So
you
we're
will.
frolicking on one of the tracks.
On the track.
The other option, you've got 3 sat there, puppy eyes looking up, all 3 of them, like doughy-eyed into your eyes. Now that train's speeding. Which one do you divert the train towards?
What's a train?
Right, a train is
we're
like
gonna have
a,
an
just
issue.
just like a, just moving. It's on a track, so there's like a cart, like a
Make it like a boat for
Oh,
him.
mine
Like a
carts.
mine cart. You know
hurtling
mine
down
carts?
some rails.
really
Yeah.
fast, really fast.
Right,
But
really
you got to
heavy.
redirect which direction it's going to hit one of them.
You can change the tracks. Which way is
change
it going? Left or right?
Who's going to pay me more?
Well, the dog can't pay you.
Neither of them.
Then I flatten the dog.
I would have picked us.
I would have picked us as
There's
well.
a cute little puppy on the train.
Wait,
Write that down. Write it down.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So had the
interesting.
puppy-
Interesting. Very interesting.
Had the puppy paid you, would you have flattened us?
No comment.
Right. Okay. Well, that's another.
Okay,
Write that
that's,
down as well. Yeah.
uh,
That's
write that one down.
Write that one down. Yeah. Well, I think that's all the questions
I
we
think
have
that's it.
today.
Yeah, if you'd just like to wait down on the dock and
I'll let the next guy in. I love you.
Brilliant.
Sorry, just so you know.
That's absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't mean for that
That's,
to come out
that's
like
fine.
that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. He shuffles off.
That's
Yeah.
not ready.
Finally,
haven't
the
done that,
third
not.
person steps in the door.
Next.
This person is but 4 feet tall. It's a dwarf. Similar in stature and build and size to one of the ones that you went mining with. This one looks nervous, a little uneasy, looking
don't
around. There's a bit of a
recognise him, do
sweat. You don't recognize him.
Good evening.
Please take a seat. There's no
morning.
need to be nervous. Take a seat,
Thank you
please.
very much. I'll sit down. He sits down.
What's the matter?
Well, if I'm honest, I've never really been on a ship before.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Well, you can say that, yes, but I felt that it was my personal ambition to become a first mate. I've learnt everything I can. I'm a very clever man, dwarf, and I could do a lot for you. I can maintain ships well. I can do ironmongery. I can
your
craft
name?
wood.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Bongo.
Bongo.
Yes, my father was a comedian. And he said it'd be really funny if we called our son Bongo and then have him live his whole life telling people his name is Bongo.
Do you know any jokes?
None, I'm not a very funny person.
Right,
My
okay.
father had all the funny genes. I mainly favour my mother's side.
Right, what was she?
She was a carpenter.
Right. Oh, so you've got some carpentry skills.
Yes, I'm very proficient in many things involving the creation and maintenance of ships.
Ah. Do you know much about glass work?
Oh yes, I know metallurgy, glass blowing. I'm a crafter of many things.
might be very
I was
useful
told
to
that
have.
I'd be very useful upon a ship. So here I am. I said I'd prove my
Apple.
I proved my father wrong. Oh God!
Yeah.
What was in that apple?
I put a stone in that one.
Oh!
Spice it up a little bit.
You took that really well.
Oh
though, to be
my God! Oh!
fair. The bumper
oh.
goes down. Blow on it.
But a bump just starts to form on the dwarf's head.
Yeah. Lots
Oh!
of things move about on a ship, especially on rough
You
seas.
bastard!
Whoa.
Oh, is that how you're going to talk to your
Remember, you are in
one
a
third of
job.
the
Is
captain?
that how you're going to treat one of your staff by throwing things at them?
I was merely acting as a fictional scenario where a stone would happen to be thrown at your head.
Oh!
It could have been a cannonball. You didn't dodge it. You need to dodge.
The fact
I need
you
to be able to dodge. That's a skill all required, is it?
The fact you didn't retaliate out of malice, though, proves
It's a good
very-
sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
You really are abusing your position
did
as hirers of staff here, aren't you?
Right, is
Did
he-
they fit a golden buzzer
going
on
down
this
that lane,
desk?
is he?
I'd press it.
I stood up upon the dock earlier and I looked over the assembled ships and I said, which
Well,
ship
you're not
would I
allowed up
want?
there. Oh, right.
Would
okay.
I want to be a part of? And I saw your beautiful ship being launched. And I said, that looks like a crew I'd like to be a part of. Now, however, nursing his head. I'm not so sure. What is it you plan on doing on this ship?
Sailing mostly, probably
Well,
on the ship itself.
We've got some places we need to go. There's important positions oceanally that we need to attend to that have come up.
Top secret.
You
mate.
don't seem certain. You don't seem certain
Our
at all.
journey, we're very certain that it's going to be on the water.
Dead certain.
How are you at finding and mining lead?
I have some family members that are in the mining industry, but I'm not in it. But I'm sure I could turn my hand to it, much like I could turn my hand to most things.
So if we arrive somewhere, you wouldn't mind getting off the ship, doing a little bit of manual labour, loading it on the ship, we sail back and give it to someone that maybe turns it into gold.
Well, as your first mate, I imagine I'd be more ship-centric, but of course I'd be willing to pitch in and lend a hand. I am, however, not a miner for hire. I'm not going to just go and collect things.
Being very reluctant to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for you to be like a bit of a dog's body.
Yeah, they've got quite a
Kind
lot
of
of
like
skills.
subservient to us.
Well, of course you'd be my employer and I'd follow your orders.
Okay.
However, I am an artisan, a skilled worker, and I expect to be represented
bring a
or seen as
portfolio?
such.
Yeah.
Do you bring like one of your works?
I've got a few things with me, and he steps forward to the
I apple
table.
him at that point.
And
Oh.
you what?
Certainly.
I apple him again.
Oh, he's throwing that one. He's throwing that one.
You never know when an apple's going to come.
He dodges this one.
Great.
Oh,
Oh, that's better.
I don't know
Now
why.
we're
The
talking.
fact that he's reluctant to just bow to every need of us makes me want him
And he gets
more.
out various things that he's crafted and
It's the
made.
tease.
It's the tease. He's playing hard to get, and I want that.
One of them is a lovely looking flintlock pistol. This is something that I spent a year making with a gunsmith. I apprenticed to a gunsmith for a while, and he helped me make this beautiful item. And it's like wooden and metal, lovely craft to it, lovely details. This is clearly a high quality
So it's not all your own
flintlock
work.
pistol. This is. It's my own work, but I worked under the watchful eye of a
I
master
see.
gunsmith,
You've
of
trained.
course. But this was something I made within a year of learning.
Wow.
Other things, he gets like a couple of other little bits of items and trinkets, like a small dagger, some rope, like just a piece of rope that he's made himself. It's very, very practical. He's good at making things.
How are you with a mop?
Oh, well, I can mop things up, yes, but it's not really something I was hoping to do. But of course,
gotta
all
start
things
somewhere.
need maintenance, all things need cleaning. A good item is only as good as the maintenance that follows it. So yes, I could see myself mopping for the good price. My fees are reasonable but substantial.
What are you hoping fees? Sorry.
Yeah, monthly salary, go on.
I'm looking at a monthly salary of perhaps 50 to 100 gold.
Sorry. I
Are
just
you
had-
all right?
Yeah, no, I just had asthma a little bit,
You've got sudden onset asthma.
Oh, it's quite.
Never had it before.
I
Just then.
apprenticed with a healer for a while. I might be able to make you up a
This guy can
concoction.
do
Bit
everything.
of everything.
Can you do everything there? So let's say you're on the deck. There's a school of children with little knives to one side, to the left side.
Why
On
have the
right
children
side-
got knives?
On the right side, there's a smaller version of Kapipi circling on the breasts of a wizard.
Imagine me as a baby.
But we're in danger because the kids are coming towards us. Who do you throw your vial of acid at?
Oh, well, of
There's two
course.
directions.
So the children are the
The
assailing
children
force.
with the knives or the suckling mother wizard.
Baby.
I would splash the acid on the children.
Oh,
They may be wizards in disguise,
Fantastic.
or perhaps
Struggling to
assailants,
see,
or
like-
even goblins. I've seen some particularly human-looking goblins recently that would have struggled to differentiate from children.
Nice. Well, you had me at yes. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's pretty good.
Straight away with the acid towards the
No
small children.
hesitation.
Not
Yeah.
like Tyrone.
No, Tyrone was.
Yeah, well, it's
Finance
not.
based.
It's not very professional to talk about. But the other guy wasn't as good as you.
No, yeah, the other guy was just.
But you're
really
more
hard to look at for a
expensive,
long
so
time.
I'm hoping to like persuade you lower on
What
the
would
amount.
Just a little
I'm
bit lower.
unionised. There's no way I can go lower.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're union.
I'm part of a dwarven union. We agreed to only take a certain amount
Any chance we can break you out of that? Like,
Yeah. Anyway.
of the union.
independent, yeah.
No, they won't be happy about that. The union will come and they'll have more than a few kids with knives to worry about.
I've got another question for you.
Wow.
To make you just think outside the box. You're very good at selling yourself. You've done very well today.
Thank you.
What would you say is your greatest weakness, though? If you had
Well, I can't reach things on high shelves
why is that?
because of my diminutive size.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed.
Oh, that's really
It's very progressive of you.
progressive of you. Yes. Now, one day I hope to perhaps craft sort of legs for myself that would perhaps give me the ability to stand a little taller, reach things with extendable arms. I hear one amongst you is an artificer, and I feel I could perhaps learn some great things from such a learned individual.
Suck up.
Yeah.
Is right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Well,
How
that's-
about instead of trying to bend your whim to the world, you bend the world to your whim? That's what I like to think of. Bring the ship down to your level.
So reduce the height of all objects within
Within the
to
ship.
4
Just put
feet.
stuff on lower shelves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? I'm going to bring all the ceilings lower then.
Why do you need
You
to
don't
touch
need
the
the
ceiling?
ceilings, though.
I like to feel like I'm normal size within any given
Well, that's
space.
mental.
Maybe you are normal
There's a lot of
size.
adjustment. There's a lot of adjustment for that.
I'm normal size to me,
We've just
and
made
the
the
ship
ship.
is designed with too bigger proportions.
We've just built the ship. We've just finished it.
You're the
Ah,
one that picked
brand
this ship
new.
to sail on.
You're right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you can see there's
What,
some.
what if we built one of the rooms under the deck to have one of those optical illusion things that the further away you get, the bigger you appear in the room? So it's like, if you look at it from the wrong angle, it's a weird shape, but from this specific angle,
Raise your hand if any of this.
you'd
is
be the same
insensitive.
height. Would that do it for you?
Maybe it seems complicated.
Sounds complicated.
How would you
It'll
do that?
look quite
You're the
cool,
carpenter.
It'll look quite interesting.
I'm an apprentice carpenter,
Right.
not a master.
Not as good as you.
Also, you can't change the shape of a deck like that. Like you say, it's been built, it's been designed. You've
Has
paid
been
lots of
built,
money for
yeah,
it.
Not,
It's hypothetical. You're
can't
taking it too
read
seriously.
structure.
Sorry.
All right. So you say
He's a performer.
50 to 100 gold.
per month.
Right.
That's quite a wide
Well,
spectrum there.
I think we would start you on the lower end of that,
It might have to be. Yeah.
and then progress it up.
I'd like to prove myself. I would
feel-
accept the lower end, 50 gold a month, yes.
Because the other option is we start at 100 and you get less each month.
Worse.
I might try that. I mean, what's my life expectancy?
It's not good for either of us doing that.
No, yeah, we'll go the other way.
Yeah.
We're gonna start. We would start you at 50. I think.
You can tell he's a bard, not a mathematician.
No. So you wouldn't take 49.
The Union will be here in a moment.
Right.
All right? The Union will be here and they will burn this ship to the
You don't
ground.
need to get the union involved.
Attitude.
Do not
Sit down.
let me get the Union
Wait,
involved.
is there any risk
Someone
of
who
you
wants to
going?
work on the best ship that he's seen
Got so
in the dockyard.
fucking
He's
angry.
very protective about that.
Are we at risk
Extra
of you
gold
going
he
on
lost.
strike at any point?
Yes, there's a chance
Right.
I could go on strike, yes.
Right. Okay.
Let's offer him 35.
Don't abuse me as a being.
We'll offer him 35. If he doesn't take it, let's go with the ugly guy.
Handsome Andy.
Sorry?
We've got.
We can't go with Tyrone because he might remember things.
No. Okay. So it's. All right. Would you mind just stepping outside for a bit while we have a little conversation between
Yeah,
the
we'll have a
three
little
of our
conversation.
captains?
No problem. And he collects his, like,
You
nice.
see, we're going to have a conversation whether
Nice
we
gun.
prefer the first girl or you. The first girl was much cheaper.
But we're going to
Very
talk about
cheap.
it first, so you don't.
My hands are tied. I can't go any lower. Anyway, I'll let you think about it.
Right. Okay.
Thanks for your time, gentlemen.
Nice bow.
Nice.
Good. These bows.
But his face hits the floor as he bows because he's
That's
short.
amazing.
So
Oh,
that works,
oh!
yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, so we'll lower the floors as well.
The floor came up to meet me then, yeah.
Clumsy.
Lower
Clumsy
ceilings,
looking
lower
to
floors.
watch.
Nice.
Gotcha.
All right, out you go.
Shuts the door.
Okay. Well, what do you reckon then? Because that
Well,
was
let's
quite a
break
lot of
this
money,
down.
and obviously we need to take care of our own cash supplies.
Right. Pros and cons. The second person we saw,
Right.
Tyrone, I feel like is going to be a loose cannon, and
He's a person.
The issue is he's very easy to manipulate, and I know firsthand.
That's true, he did.
Not only did we
I mean, with
convince
your
him-
magic, everyone's easy to manipulate.
This
that's
is
the
true.
thing. We can manipulate anyone.
Well, I managed to
reckon we
convince
can-
him to poison his crew, and also that we had a romantic relationship involving puppies, which is still here. Hello.
I still think there's something there that's unnerving.
Yes.
Handsome Andy. Just
Handsome
putting him out
Andy.
there, like
I'm not comfortable with the
awful,
name.
awful to look at. We can rename him.
He said he was willing
Each
to wear
to their
a paper.
own.
He was
But he's
willing to wear a
wo-
paper bag.
and he's willing to. He was very needy though. He even offered to work for free to begin with, and then only needed a few gold, which like the perceived
He's not got a
value.
good track record as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
The
makes me think maybe we
last-
could use him anyway, because a month free is a month free.
It's a month free.
Maybe we could then, if we choose someone else,
Yeah,
we just
day
get them to
30.
start in a month. So we get the free month from Handsome Andy, then we swap
Psycho,
it.
yeah,
If
yeah.
we entertain the idea of Bongo for a second,
Right, yeah.
I wonder if we try modifying his memory to the fact that he
Isn't
left
it
the
a union?
union
Left
yesterday
the-
And accepted 10 gold a month.
and accepted 10 gold a month, yeah. Because
I wonder how many times I can do such a thing.
I could do it too.
Could you? I mean, if you're going to go down that route, why not get him as well?
Yeah.
Why not just wipe his memory so he just becomes a dribbling cabin boy? Eventually, the union will turn up looking for one of their artisans. And he's just been kept in like a modern slavery situation.
But we still
Yeah.
want his skills as
We
well.
just wanted to. We want to make
Yeah.
this as willing as possible.
Yeah, we
Because we want him to kind of want to. He wants to be on the ship.
it was his
It's just that
choice
he
to
is
leave the
tied by the
union.
union.
Yeah.
And it's his choice to leave. He says,
I mean,
"Well, I want to be on a ship. I can't be part of this union anymore. So, I'm really against unions now."
So you know that dwarves are like, the union is more than just like membership.
Yeah.
The union is like part of their culture. Like you are born into a union. The union like protects you.
We know this, do we?
There are expectations, but like you understand that. You know this. It's part of like the dwarven culture. Is essentially they are all unionized without exception,
Right.
and they're all mainly traders,
What if we weigh this up then?
tradies.
Tyrone, I'm feeling is bottom of the pile at the moment,
Just for our safety,
just for our safety. So
Needs
we've
to
got
be
Handsome Andy
kept to the bottom.
for 5 gold, 10 gold.
He's too
whatever.
handsome.
Just because he'll do anything.
I'm-
like
I'm
if
putting
we
it
need
on
someone
you.
to get into the
But not
mess
a lot,
of things.
Yeah, not much, lot of use for us, and he can't take an apple to the face very well. However,
He lost a couple
I
of
mean, Handsome Andy he sort of survived a ship exploding. You know, like he's an incredibly durable individual. And all of these people,
From all of that, though, it felt like he was also part of the cause.
what if we? I'm just gonna. This
The
is
Irish
strange
man.
for me to say this, but in terms of Bongo, what if we just pay him the union fee and get a good worker?
Yeah, all right. How much have we got?
You've changed, man. There's something about
Honestly,
that milk.
honestly, like I
Where are we going
felt
to go? We're
dirty
going to get
saying
more
that.
money. Look, we're going to get more money where we go, right?
You're a haggler.
He was. You can convince him.
look
You've got
at-
I
persuasion.
tried to get him to get
You
49.
got
and he
very
got angry.
persuasive eyes. You could get in there and just persuade him that maybe we'll pay the union rates at some point.
I reckon when he's like isolated on a ship with us, we could just whittle him down, Really.
Because of the implication of being out to sea, you could just be tossed into the ocean. And
He's never been
We also-
in the
He's
ocean.
never
We
been. He's
also
not
don't-
got sea legs. We don't know if he'll
We
be
could
sick all the
rattle him
time.
a bit.
After we bought this thing as well, what kind of funds do we have? Do we need to defer his first month's payment a bit?
No, we can afford his first month.
For how much though? How many
How much
months?
have we got? We've
I've got like 616 gold on me.
That's not actually as much though, because 50.
So we can get him for a year
Right.
at that rate.
You can last a year.
Let's cut him down to.
And by then we would have gone to the Horn, got a massive kill.
All right, shall
Be
I-
world famous.
So we don't undermine the union.
Worst case scenario, we'll kill him and rob him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
worst case
Worst
scenario.
case. Worst
But
case.
for now, we'll
he
pay
is part
him.
of a union.
We'll pay him as part
What
of the
if
union.
What if we bring him back in?
Yeah.
We say we'll start him off on the union rates, but see if I can maybe persuade him to just accept a little
Yeah.
bit less to begin with.
You can try and persuade him. Yeah. But I'd also like to see Andy interviewing. What was the dwarf called again? I've just forgotten.
Tyrone.
Bongo.
Bongo.
Bongo. Sorry, Bongo. Yes. Handsome Andy and Bongo have a little interview with each other.
They interview each other.
Yeah. So we can watch.
Okay.
Could we please have Handsome Andy and Bongo at the same time, please? Tyrone, you can go home.
Tyrone, you're going to have to leave. Tyrone, get out.
It's like. So I get the pleasure this week of choosing Star Baker, and this is one of you steps out. Who's going to tell Tyrone to go home?
I have to.
You're going out. So they're stood out on the deck, three of them chatting with each other, like, oh, so how did your interview go? You come out of the captain's room, and they step out, and out you come, and they're all looking hopefully, and Tyrone's like, sees you, like, heart eyes, like,
Tyrone, I'm so sorry. We haven't selected you today, but guess what?
what?
You have more important responsibilities now.
What's that?
You have Threan to look after.
So you're giving the dog back.
The dog will come back to you. You need to look after Threan because he needs to survive.
Are you going to come back to
Of
port?
course.
You're going to
That's
come
why
back your visit?
Of course, yeah, that's why you need to look after Threan. Threan is our dog child,
He's streaking.
and we must.
Is that true,
respect-
Thrian? He holds him up.
Can't speak.
The eyes are going all over the place.
Are you going to send dog support back every month?
Yeah, of course.
He like shakes him like
Don't
a
shake
like a
him.
magical 9-ball,
whoa,
and the
whoa,
eye
whoa.
slowly settles with an
Rolls.
answer. Signs point to unsure.
I'm sure. Okay, well,
He's
look
always
after him.
unsure.
Make him grow strong.
I'm
Don't
gonna
squeeze
miss.
him too
I'm gonna
hard.
miss
Don't
you
squeeze
so
him too hard.
much.
Don't squeeze him too hard.
Oh, I miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much.
Stop that! Stop that! Threan, no!
If you won't have me, no one can. And he
That's
just
not what this is.
he runs off the boat crying.
Oh, I knew this would be difficult.
I think he built up another resentment.
You hear him running away up the
It's
plank.
impossible to just. I'm offsetting all sorts of things here. This is.
God,
He's got Threan. He has Threan.
Handsome Andy and the dwarf look at each, like watch him run off, and they just sort of look back and they're just like they look at you, just a bit like, what was that about? So Handsome Andy's there, like, so who's got the job then?
Right, you two need to come with me.
Where are we
And take
going?
a seat. We're just going back to the same room.
Oh, I've just come out, says the dwarf.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
we'll go inside, and then they both come in.
while
he's
they
out
were all
there.
outside, I'm like, wait a sec. First guy can work for free
Yeah.
for a month.
Yeah.
Second guy we can pay.
Yeah.
Why don't we just hire them both and get like double the workload for at least a month? We can kill the first guy.
Now you're thinking like a.
I feel like that was already suggested, wasn't it?
Was it?
So which of us is it?
We should do it though. Sorry.
Yeah, which one are you choosing out of us two then?
Well, it comes down to this, doesn't it? Really. You
Yeah.
both have a lot of positives
Yeah.
and some really harsh, glaring flaws as well. At the same time.
Is
Not
it my
gonna-
face?
Well,
Is it my
I
appearance?
personally have nothing.
I'm
well,
going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
The bag idea.
It's gonna be
Or
necessary?
You can fashion a mask. That's entirely up to
Ooh.
you. It needs to be something that won't
Oh,
make
I
you
used to
feel-
make masks for brief summer. I can make them a really interesting one if you
That'd
like.
be really good, actually. That'd be really good because honestly, when the ship starts shaking, and it will start rocking, I'm going to feel sick. But guess what's not going to help that? Looking at your face.
That's,
And I know that sounds harsh.
Yeah, that's
you know,
fair.
You understand. You've been in an explosion.
yeah, no, I know.
You've been all sorts of
I'm not pleasant to look upon.
And I'm just saying, it's not morale boosting.
No.
But the mask,
Yeah.
that could boost all of our spirits.
Now, I know what you're thinking, Bongo. We're pointing all signs towards Handsome Andy here.
Wait, I could just give him surgery or something. You know?
Oh, you could.
I don't know if I don't know. Maybe
I like the mask
at
thing.
least brief.
I like the mask thing at least initially.
We'll
Anyway,
do the mask for now.
Right, yeah, I'm up
We're
for it.
looking at
I'll wear a
we're
mask.
looking
I'll wear a
at
mask.
options of surgery.
Oh,
Okay, would you like a butt lift?
oh, absolutely.
We'll throw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Check it out
job,
as well.
all perks
I
of the job.
love a butt lift. Is that company healthcare? Is it?
We'll see what we can do.
Something
yeah.
like
we'll
that,
See what
yeah.
we'll look, I'll
Can you do
look
me a
into-
face replacement?
I will be
A
looking into-
replacement?
I will be looking at a refacement.
Nice. So I'm the one. I'm the one you're choosing.
well, funny story there.
Oh,
We're going to hire both of you.
Yes.
You've
and they
both
look
got
at each
the
other.
job.
They're like, their faces are just like,
While you're both in the room, Bongo, you're going to be on 50 gold.
absolutely. Oh, the
saying that out
union
loud?
will be
Whoa,
happy
whoa,
with
whoa.
that.
No.
We're saying it out loud.
And Handsome Andy, you're going to be working for free.
I feel like I've got the poo end of the stick there, but I'm just happy to be part of a crew. I need to get out there again.
You can learn from each other. You
Did
can
I
work-
mention I'm terrified of fire?
Well, do you know what, actually? You could get Bongo to share. You could split or steal, basically. We're going to turn this into a golden ball.
Yeah, let's do this.
We'll turn this into a golden ball situation. Now,
Right.
You may not be familiar with golden balls. It's
No,
something that,
no.
that we're aware of.
Right,
But of course, there is 50 gold up for grabs.
right. For the first
Now,
month.
For the first month, of course. Now, obviously, he's unionized. That's his 50 gold, but it's entirely up to him if he wishes to split or steal. So please look at your balls. Keep them
And they have these golden
yeah,
balls.
Keep them
So
private
you
yourself.
hand out these painted balls,
Yeah, they're
and
balls.
inside there's a message that says either split, share, or steal.
Yeah, split is sharing.
Okay, so if they split, they share it.
Of course.
If you both
But
say,
if they both had to say split,
if you both say split, you both get a share of that 50.
right?
If one of you says steal and the other one says split,
Then
that person gets the
The
full
stealer
amount.
gets all the
if
money.
they both say steal,
If they both say steal,
Nobody gets
No one
anything.
no one gets anything. But you
No.
have to agree to work for us first. Would you like to sign these contracts?
yes. Yeah, hand the papers over.
You're now employed.
Good, nice.
Thank you.
Distant.
That's it. So they can't run away once.
Okay,
they-
well, that's good. So
Thank
they're
you very
signed up.
much. There you go. You're employed.
Okay.
So the money is on the table, essentially. It's in the balls.
And they
The
choose.
money's in the balls.
They got the balls, right? Okay.
So-
I'm ready. Says Bongo, and yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Okay.
Both ready? Okay, so
And on 3,
on 3. Yes.
after you, Kapipi.
And they open
Three.
the balls. Bongo says steal. Anzamandi says split.
Right, okay, so Bongo has stolen
His actual wage.
and he's actually going to be.
I'm
Bongo,
sorry, I couldn't choose anything else. I needed 50 gold because
I
I've got
kinda
to pay
saw
my
it
union
going
dues.
that way.
That was
Pay the
risky
union
though. You
dues.
could have ended up with nothing there.
Yeah.
Anzamandi has ended up with nothing.
So it's the
We-
original
yes.
deal.
oh,
Yeah.
I guess I get nothing then.
Yeah,
Well-
we'll do this again next month.
Right.
And that's the way we
We'll do it
this.
every month.
Okay, every month is
we'll
it?
do the golden
Okay.
balls.
And like
Remember this,
Bongo's
remember the
looking at
results.
us like, well, I'm always gonna. I need the 50 gold. Oh,
Sure.
Wow,
It's
because it's
not
all
gonna
to play
change.
for, isn't it, though, Handsome
So
Andy, eh?
Handsome Andy could just be spiteful next month. Let's find out.
Yeah, you will notice on the
Yes.
bottom of those contracts you just signed, it does say that you are happy to work with whatever the result of split or
Yes.
steal is.
oh, so it does this.
Yeah,
But he'll show this to the unions because
Bongo
I mean,
gets
you
what he
signed
wants.
it, you
Bongo
signed
gets
it.
what he wants, and everyone's happy. Brilliant.
Excellent.
Nice.
Let me introduce you to the workforce
very good.
that it would be in charge of.
That sounds excellent. And with that, we will end this part of session 10, part 1 of Booty. That is the two first mates, first and second mate. You guys get to choose which is first and which is second. I guess maybe you could award that every month
will.
as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's going to be quite fun.
That's your crew hired. They're going to be introduced to the automatons soon. But for now, we will finish it here. Thank you for watching / listening. There is a Booty poster out there in the wild that you can buy.
Artwork.
It's not very expensive. It has artwork
It's gorgeous.
from all over the show. There's also a few extras in there. Actually, that isn't.
It's not the finished version.
This isn't the most up-to-date version of the
No,
poster.
there's even more detail.
Yeah,
if you go
there's a
onto
bit of-
freshmerch.fm,
Oh, right, I mean, it's
you'll
what
get
you
the
gave
full
me.
design.
the one we were having,
Fresh.fm,
this
is
is
it? I don't know. Just search Fresh and then Hat Films.
Freshmerch.fm
Right, is it?
Yes.
/collections /hat -films. Yeah.
Google Hat Films and Fresh Merch, and then that'll come up. You can buy a poster if you want. Thanks very much to our Patreons for continuing to support this show. We really appreciate it, and we hope you're enjoying it. We'll see you next time for part 2 of session 10 of Booty.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Not the
Right,
right poster.
quick break. We're gonna have a pee. Might also put the heater on for a minute, just to give us a blast in between.
I'm
That's not
going
a
to
good
try and
idea.
find some sort of cloak or some maybe.
My legs are really cold. That's my
back.
problem.
I feel chilly.
Let's go.
I have a chilly back.
That was
But I
a
know
long
there's
one.
furs and
That was-
various
I didn't,
fine clothing.
feel like it, did
up
it?
here somewhere.
I think it was like an hour and 40.
I didn't feel like an hour and 40. I felt like an hour.
An hour and 44, in fact.
Bloody hell. Time. What is time? Hope you all enjoyed that. There's probably some people I can read out.
I'll leave that rolling.
Let me have a little look-see here.
What's that sound?
That would be the
Oh my God.
canister of gas.
Here it is. Let's see if the fireball's
Right.
still alive.
Well, this makes me nervous after
I know,
using it for
yeah,
half
the
a year.
fireball was in a bit of a situation. After
Thank
getting
you
crushed from
very
a
much
large
to the
wooden
following
thing.
people. Ricochet Rabbit,
happened to that
128, 16 months. I've disappeared. Prate 152, thank you for subbing on Prime.
Is it back?
No.
What's happened?
What's happened? I don't know why the camera's gone. Nothing yet. Give me a
Still-
second.
Can they still hear us?
Can you still hear us, everybody?
Why has that happened?
It's not the end of the stream, we've got part 2 to go. I will continue reading out if you can hear me fine. We can hear you, okay. Mantis the 7, thank you very much for 15 months. Never leave home without your butt lobster. Billow! That's what they say.
Hello.
May Walker, thank you very much for 100 bitties. Can't stay too long, unfortunately, but here's a terrible joke. What do bras get lunch? Where do bras get lunch, should I say?
A brasserie.
At a restaurant.
Ah.
A brasserie is also good. Your mum said, who's a good boy? And sub for 4 months. Thank you very much. Drunken Rabbit, 3
Look,
months.
do you want me to
on
get you a
Prime.
cloak?
That's what I was looking for. I thought I had.
I
one
like
up
Yogurt
here.
9.
got one out here.
19
Well, I thought I had
months saying,
furs.
finally some booty. Yeah, it's back. We're in our Act 3, the final episodes of this mini story. And then
There you go. You
Orcar,
can wear this if you want.
thanks for subbing as well.
A wizardly coat.
Oh, nice.
Caught up.
Let's
I
defend
have
this
no idea
blanket.
what's happened here.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
did
that'll
it-
work too.
It just decided to nope out.
First, I must pee.
Is it when you stop recording?
Well, maybe we'll do that one after.
Yeah.
Weird.
Nothing's changed on the camera.
What's wrong? Has it stopped?
Check the couplings for gas leaks.
Oh God.
That's not going to affect the camera, is it?
And I just go into a small enclosed space while the fire rages out here.
This makes me so scared.
I'm in a box.
He's just
It's carrying away.
opened the
I'm
gas
going
and he's just setting ablaze.
to. It
There we
works
go.
still.
We have jet fuel.
Has that come on yet? No?
Nothing yet, Craig. Just be careful with pointing that heater towards those cables on the floor, I guess. Or is it going to be all right?
Huh?
The cables and the... Oh, it smells, doesn't it? It smells like shit.
What's the audio like for stream?
I don't know why. I don't know why the camera's not working. We're working on fixing that. There's a great roar like a dragon.
I don't know
Sounds
how
like
to
a
get this
wind
back.
tunnel. Sorry for the technical issues here, everybody. I'm not sure why the camera noped out. We will be turning off the jet when we begin part 2, don't worry. And time for me to go for a pee.
I'm still here, chat. I think I'm the only mic that's left on. Just trying to get this camera back working, chat. Sorry about this. No idea what's happened. We literally stopped recording and it went off. Does anyone know how to fix things? God, it smells like gas in here. Man, I don't know how we're going to get this camera back. I don't know what's broken. Literally did nothing and it stopped working.
I think I'm back on. I don't really know. You'd have to tell me, chat. I've now adorned a cloak. I'm cloaked. Is the camera fucked?
Huh?
What happened to the camera? What happened?
I don't know, it just
stopped.
when I plug the HDMI in now, the camera screen isn't going off like it normally does. It's like it's not detecting the HDMI.
Oh, what? That's foobar. That is foobar. Which means fucked up beyond all recognition.
Still trying to fix it, chat. Still trying to fix it. Oh, it's back. How long has that been back? Well, it's back. I didn't do anything to it, and it just came back.
I've adorned
SDIs, everybody.
the cloak.
Welcome back to the visuals.
The cloak of warming.
About 20 seconds.
Missed that sound.
Was it there 20 seconds before I noticed it? Jesus.
Yes, of course.
Below.
There's a blanket over there. Want to adorn yourself within a blanket on the sofa.
How cold are you?
I'm all right. I can do the next bit.
It's getting
Do you want some gloves?
quite chilly. Apparently there's a sink issue, Craig.
There's a what issue?
Well, he's not a plumber.
Synchronization issue.
Way out of sync.
Active gloves.
Oh, all right. Video is behind audio.
Wow.
Wait, the video is behind.
If we go from like 9:15, 5:15, is that one? When do you need to get out? It's 4:15 now.
How has it become a sync issue? Is this in sync now?
He's blanketing up.
Back in sync. So it's done the NDI sync thing, but even though we've not put the NDI on.
That's strange. Maybe the HDMI triggered it
How
while
bizarre.
streaming.
Man,
There is no NDI.
SDIs are so temperamental. Anyway, now I get to go for a
Oh no.
piss.
Not a wee wee.
Did it just cut off?
Maybe
Is there a
just
gas flow issue? That's odd.
Maybe just turn it off now.
Yeah, probably best to switch that one off for a minute. That's weird though. Is the flow not coming through properly? Is the gas off?
Yeah.
I can hear it. I can
Oh,
smell
that's
it.
just the spinning blade.
Well, that's what was damaged. It was the blade originally,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
but it wasn't the actual flow.
Well,
It's fine. You'd all get to see it if things went sour. But alas, it hasn't.
here we go. Once Craig's back, we can do a little bit more.
Have they replied about this?
Good old-fashioned concussive repairs. Let's have a look-see. Mellowcore, thank you very much for 14 months. Saying never get to catch you guys live due to living on the west coast of Canada, but I love everything you guys do. Been following now for over 12 years.
Thank you.
Holy crap. Since 2010? Oh my god. That's possible. Jesus Christ.
You know why it cut out?
No.
It's probably fine.
Probably fine.
It's all turned off now anyway.
That thing scares me so much. I don't know why. Compressed gas just scares me.
What about uncompressed gas?
That's fine.
Loose gas, that's air, isn't it?
Actually, loose gas is bad as well.
Wonderful.
Right, so stream, are we back looking and sounding fine?
Are we
no
all good?
idea where the sync came from. Is Smith still in sync on his? Smith, can you give us a clap, please? All good. Okay, no idea why it got the sync thing.
Yeah, he's in sync. Not that I don't trust our audience.
You didn't turn your NDI on or anything, did
Nope.
you? Weird. All right, I'll set everything rolling again.
Lovely.
Yeah, that didn't feel like nearly 2 hours, did it?
It did not. We will begin momentarily, everybody.
Wizard. A wizard should know better. He's been buggering these farm animals.
Well, the poster apparently might take a couple of weeks.
What? Why?
Literally. What? Why?
Should I cut that out of the video?
Yeah, probably.
It's the wrong one anyway.
Cool. All right, let's get started, shall we?
But still, I mean, I'm asking him to put a pre-order at least up there so that people can order it. And
Yes.
when it's ready, it's ready.
We've seen it.
Oh,
We've
can
seen
we-
it.
And yeah, well,
People have
for
bought
some
it.
reason they thought it was event only.
Oh, silly. Okay. We'll sort that out.
We will fix things and make it available to you. Although there is a special thing releasing on Friday,
Oh.
which we do mention in a video, which we've already mentioned now,
Ah,
very
yes.
briefly, just as it's Christmas themed.
Some sort of jumper. Ready for Christmas.
And it will give you pleasure.
I don't think I even know what this is.
This is a really good jumper, actually.
It's come out really well.
very
It
happy
was
with this
available at Comic Con. I don't think anyone spotted it though. But it is a Pleasure F Christmas jumper.
It's
And
so
it
good.
looks really good. It came out really well. So we'll be showing that on a Schlog very soon, which will be the Comic Con Schlog.
Indeed.
Which hopefully Friday we can get out in time.
Lovely, that would be good.
And then that'll be ready to order on Friday for your Christmases.
It's not the same art as the card, it's something completely
Yeah. It's
unique.
stitched. It's like stitched properly, right?
It's
So
stitched in, yeah.
Very interesting. I like how it came out.
Wonderful.
All right, well, we're rolling, just in case. Check, check, check. All coming through. Hello, hello, hello. I can hear myself. That's great. Hey, Craig. That's me. Right. Okay. And for the audience at home, let's give them
Give him that.
the A theme.
Go on. They love it.
Okay, we're going to come to Smith. Okay, Smith, are you ready to start this second part of episode thing? Here we go. Coming to you in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to Booty, Session 10, Part 2. We continue our journey as the gang have just finished hiring not one, but 2 first mates. That's right, the ship is out of dry dock, down in the water, as the staff are prepared. We join the story once again with the gang showing the first mates the ship, I believe. I think Sword was going to show them some of the automatons that will be helping to run it and crew it. Resume, s'il vous plaît.
Feel free to treat them like a piece of shit. Honestly, they're automatons. They don't have feelings. So it's really
So you're
good.
down in the hole at this
Yeah.
point? Well, your little homunculus just starts screaming at these 2 first mates as they come down.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever. What do you think it sounds like to you? Like a staff
just like a
sergeant?
screeching.
What in the hell do you think you're doing? There's a really loud voice
Yeah,
from this
it's
tiny
like
little
really
homunculus.
loud. Yeah.
Shit! I don't know they piled shit that high. He's saying to these 2 first
All
mates.
right, all right, ease up.
You've designed it. This is what you want.
Dr. Feelgood, please calm it down.
Please, why do they call him Dr. Feelgood?
These are your new first mates. So
Ah!
They actually do rank above you.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, gentlemen. And he salutes the 2 first mates.
Sorry about him.
He's hanging on to like the inside of his like swinging lantern.
If he needs to get the automatons to do anything all at once, or he just needs to do any basic commands, that sort of thing, get the ship ready for sailing, that sort of stuff, feed it to this fella first, and he'll make sure everyone gets the message.
Yeah, I can tell these automatons do just about anything. Anything.
Yeah.
Hell, they'll kill you in your sleep if you cross me. He says.
I made this guy. I don't know how.
I'm very abrasive and loud, but I get the job done. Where are we going, sir?
Good question.
I think he's saluting.
I'll have to speak with the other 2 captains, and then we'll figure it out.
Very good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work with him on this.
I'm Dr. Feelgood.
That's Dr. Feelgood. Yeah, we've got Andy, First Mate Andy, and First Mate Bongo.
Andy Bongo, those are stupid names.
All right, again,
Can make a
they are.
judgment. He's free speech. He can say what he
Yeah,
wants.
What are you gonna do? Stop me from existing?
I can literally do
Please
that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either you can do it magically or we can just step on you.
Stomp.
I literally
Maybe just
infused.
misplace a
You
box.
try stomp me.
We can misplace a box or something could fall off a shelf. Be careful.
You're tiny.
You're just in a lantern.
Yeah, but
Anyone
it's
can
my
knock that
world.
over.
But this land is my whole world.
It certainly is. Just watch yourself.
You watch yourself.
Well, I am.
I'm watching you too.
The fact that we're having a civil conversation and you're in this tiny little thing,
Is it civil to you?
it feels civil.
Good.
Okay?
It's nice that you're getting along.
Yeah.
We've got a long
Hand him a little
long
tiny piece
sail
of
ahead of
chocolate.
us.
There you go. Whoa.
He throws it on the floor. He takes
That's
it
like
from
a
you and
week's
throws
worth
it on
of
the floor.
food. You,
I don't eat.
It's a
Dum
little-
dum.
that's fair enough.
Yeah, it's a bit
Stupid
That
son
makes
of a
sense.
bitch.
That makes a lot more
Yeah.
sense. It doesn't eat.
Hey, master, where'd you find this idiot?
Good question.
I'm going to knock
That's
him
a
over.
backstory I've
I'm going
not
to just
filled
gently push him over so his lantern falls to the side.
My lantern.
Look how easy that was.
Help me.
Look how
I'm
easy
dying.
that was. I'll pick
Oh,
him back
God. Oh.
Just so you know, it's easy to do.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, wow. I may be.
All right.
I've never talked.
2 of your automatons pick up that lantern. I'm not going to do it. And yeah, I'll
The
leave you-
automatons hang him from the ceiling on a little hook.
So what rank is he?
He's under first mates,
Under first mates, but above.
above the automatons.
All right, okay. So
I
we've got,
kind of respect the automaton more.
so we've got
than
3
anyone else here.
captains,
Right.
3
fair
captains, 2 first mates, whatever he is, and then automatons.
Automatons,
Okay,
yeah.
getting the
Bottom of the barrel,
hierarchy.
automatons.
Yeah. Right.
But everyone's below me because of the things I can do. So that's
Yeah, but I can sing.
yeah. Whatever. I'm gonna go to Crow's Nest. We have Crow's
you-
Nest, right?
Yeah.
I'm going up to it. Just I'm gonna chill for a minute.
We ought to be.
Okay, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning now.
We ought to be taking this thing out for a spin, don't you think?
Weather is good.
We ought to be heading out onto the sea.
Yeah, maiden voyage.
Yeah.
And we haven't got anyone in the Iron Maiden yet. We need to find.
No, someone.
We
to
should
go
take
in.
this thing for a spin.
Yeah, that's what we were just discussing.
I can't hear you from up here.
Well, it'd be useful if you were back down here.
Pretty cool up here.
We probably
You can
shouldn't.
see a lot.
We probably shouldn't leave with an empty Iron Maiden.
If you're planning on leaving port, may I suggest that we provision the ship first?
Who said that?
That's a good idea.
That's Handsome Andy, sir.
Hi, handsome Andy. That's why you're here. Go shopping.
And his
Andy,
eyes
the bag!
strays.
Andy, the bag. Keep it on.
Hello, sir. What's that?
Keep the bag. I can still see from here.
I haven't got a bag yet. I haven't
Yeah,
bought
go
one.
get
For
yourself a
God's sake,
Hessian
find
sack
something.
when you're getting
You want
provisions.
sack? Make your sack, is
Here's
it?
some gold.
Hessian sack, make big eye holes. It's
All
fine.
right,
And then
take
you need
some
to make
gold. How much is that?
misshapen holes.
100 gold.
You give him 100 gold.
What? I've got 600. You give him 100.
That's 2 months' wages for the Union, boy.
Okay, what would you like me to? You want me to go to town and provision the ship? What sort of stuff would you like? Food, ammunition,
I
powder?
want us to stretch the rations as thin as possible. So
Really
they last.
thin.
So like cheap but bulk goods.
Right, Roger that. I'll get barrels of stuff for
Focus
you.
heavily on the military side of things, so we want
Plenty of powder.
a lot of gunpowder, a lot of cannons that fit our little cannon revolving.
And Bongo's looking at the he's fascinated by the cannons and things you've got.
He's like, oh yes, he's like a particularly small bore. Yes, no, I think I can ask for a custom ammo type to be made. I've got some friends at the nearby gunsmiths.
You
yes.
both go off then, and you.
We'll work
find-
together. Yes, we'll get
Can
the
you
best things
stop
for
by
you.
Turtle Bay and get me a veal of the sea, please?
Whoa. That's going to really cut into the 100 gold.
Is it?
You go there and work your magic and get it for free. Anyway,
Right, I'll go on my own then. Don't you worry.
Below!
with that 100 gold, Bongo,
Yeah.
if you
Bongo.
Yes.
If you have tools of your own, of course, bring them on board. If you want to cut into that budget, you can make an itemized list to me. If you think you can create some useful gadgets with it
Okay.
en route.
That's going to be quite a slim budget for making anything, but I'll try and think of something. Yes.
All right. With that, first orders of the day.
Okay. Very good. Yes. Handsome Andy, let's go.
All right, yeah. Right, off we go. You got a spare sack I can borrow? You hear them like chatting as they walk off into the distance.
Tell you what we haven't
And,
done.
and they will go and get you your items there. So the provisions-wise, they will bring back for you like a few barrels of the basics. So like salt beef, salt fish, some fruits like limes and things like that. The classic ship stuff to keep the vitamin C and stuff up like that.
We don't have
they
to worry
also
about the crew at all. It's just us.
it's just for you, yeah. They'll get some special bits and bobs for you. They'll buy a few like preservable but tasty treats so that you guys can have some good meals, some fancier meals. They will also buy enough for, let's say, a month's voyage of equipment. They have many small bespoke cannonballs forged for you. So you have plenty of ammo, a couple of barrels of powder to load all sorts of things like mainly your cannons, but also your guns. Anything other requirements for powder you might have as well. You can use powder very creatively, gunpowder that is. I mean they'll do that. They can bring that back. You guys can either decide to go and do stuff on shore now, or you can wait until they come back and load in the barrels and supplies.
Well, I was just thinking, Titus,
Yes?
have you still got that hole with Kevin in?
Yes?
Because we should try him out in his little cage.
Yes?
That's true, yeah.
I'm coming down!
All right,
And then Kevin can help sort all this stuff that's
you
coming.
can sort it down there, can't
Hey
you?
guys,
Hello, Titus.
what did you say? I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, right, you've got Kevin in the hole, but
Oh,
of
yeah,
course
yeah.
we built
I've
his
got-
little prison, cage, room downstairs.
Yeah.
We'll try him out and see what he thinks.
See if we can escape.
Yeah. All right. Let's go down there and flop him out.
Let's do that.
Tilt upside down.
All right, here we go. I'll just slap him on the ceiling.
So you slap the ceiling, the hole in the ceiling inside the frame, in the metal frame, yeah?
Wait, isn't our gold in there?
Yeah,
gonna
but he's
come
trapped in
tumbling
the
out.
cage. Oh yeah, there is all our gold in there as well.
It's all going to come tumbling
Oh,
down.
it's not too much left though.
Sure.
A few hundred gold. Well, let's say I think mainly Sword has it on his
Sure.
person.
Okay.
There's not that much in there.
It's an
anyway.
empty chest.
Just in your
Yeah.
pockets.
Anyway.
A few things fall out, chests and things clatter out, and then the ethereal boy,
Hanging on. Kevin!
Kevin, he's gripping
Come
it.
on,
His legs come
Kevin.
out first. You yank him. He falls down
There we go.
into the cage, and lo and behold, the magic of the cage allows him to stay in it without being in the hole and without being on his ship. There's runes and a little bit of magic inscribed in the frame that shimmer as he momentarily phases a little bit. Oh, is he going to go back? Is he going to get pulled back to his original ship? No. This magical structure holds him
Contains him.
firm.
How you doing, Kevin?
It's nuts, isn't it? What we can do?
Yeah, not bad.
Welcome to the new ship.
Is this
nice.
it? Is it?
It's called the Raw Dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to be aboard, sir.
Pleasure to have you aboard.
Can I leave the cage?
No, you don't want
No,
to do
this
that.
is my cage now, is it? I guess
you
it
could-
beats a dark.
Oh yeah.
Think of it as
Hole.
your...
Pitch black
Yeah,
before.
exactly. Think of it as your bedroom. You
Okay,
can put posters up if you want.
Yeah.
I can put posters up.
Yeah.
Can you get me some posters?
No.
Oh, I guess I'll just like use my fingernails to inscribe some stuff into stuff.
I think this is a brand new ship. Please don't.
I don't think you'll be able
Please
to
don't
interact.
vandalise.
Also on the floor is a pair of the
Oh,
magical
yeah, I've got
green
gloves.
gloves that have fallen out of the hole.
Can you...
Do you want me to like organise it in here or something?
yeah, if you can reach through the bars
Yeah.
and then like just stack stuff and tidy it all up when they bring the provisions on. Is that all right?
God, you
Yeah.
fucking little. I'm going to go up to the cage and like
Yeah.
want to swipe at him.
And your hand passes through them. If you like, you can put the green gloves on to physically
No,
slap on.
I just have an outburst of aggression.
Would you like to beat him?
No, I just I get. Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
I'm sorry, Master Sword, you seem to still not quite understand the rules of our...
Oh yeah, I don't understand the rules, do I?
Do you want to throw the
Fuck
gloves
off,
to
give
beat
me
me,
the gloves.
sir?
Give him a glove.
Give me
the
the
gloves
gloves.
Oh, the gloves are on.
Oh, wait, hold on, what are you doing with those gloves? Why are you putting those gloves on, sir?
Hold on.
What? No, what?
Guys, the
I'm
wrong
holding
one.
on.
It's so laboured.
Guys,
I'm
put
so
them on
sorry,
the wrong
Kevin.
hand.
Let's deal
What's
with it.
happening
Stand
here?
right there.
We will
What's
stand by
happening?
and
Do I need to
Towel
worry?
powder.
We're going to watch. I'm so
What's happening? Are you going to go inside the cage? Are you going to...
Grab him by the scruff.
You pull him through the
I
bars?
pull him through, up to the bars.
I'm sorry, sir. What are you doing?
Just teaching you a lesson.
No. Oh, I don't need any more lessons. I'm very learned.
I pull up the gun, but this hand doesn't have the glove on. I just shoot through his head.
Okay.
You're holes in our ship.
Hole in the side.
The bullet flies through and
Stand
lodges
in.
itself inside the hull.
God's sake. It's a brand new ship.
He sprawls on the floor. Like,
I hate cabin boys!
oh no, I'm disgusting and vile. I'm so sorry, sir.
Stop sucking up to me!
I don't know what to do. How do I appease you?
Clean all this up.
It's already fairly tidy. It's brand new.
Provisions are coming. Sort it out when it comes,
But
all
within
right?
the cave, what do you want in the... No, it passes straight through him. What do you want, sir? Like what?
I walk away angrily.
Sorry about him, Kevin, but you really should behave yourself in future.
I know, it's on
You've
me.
been a very naughty boy, haven't you?
Would you like a glove, sir?
Not right now.
Maybe.
I'm Mr. Nice
all
Guy,
leave the
alright?
gloves for now.
I'll be your friend, Kevin.
Okay,
Do
good.
you want to pull on
leave the light
Terrence's
on.
tail?
We can leave the light on for him. That's nice, isn't it?
He's trying to pull on Terrence's tail, but
you
just
can't.
going through and it doesn't have the gloves on.
You stay there, Terrence.
I forget he's there sometimes.
I forget he's there as well a lot of the time.
A lot of us do forget that he's there. But he is. We'll leave a little light on for you, mate. Don't worry, you can stay in a lit room so you can look around and enjoy the mundane nature of this.
Of living in the
Cell.
base of a ship,
Well, what else? What are your dreams, Kevin? What do you dream of?
sailing the high seas.
Well, we're going to be here sailing again.
But I'm going to be...
Down here. In the magic.
I guess I'll just listen for the sounds and imagine.
The moment you leave, you will not exist.
What if...
Do you understand that?
I
Do you understand
do.
the concept of not existing, Kevin?
Well, I might return to Mickle's ship, will I not?
You don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know for
I
sure.
But
wouldn't
now you're
risk it.
currently protected by magic,
Yes.
and everything here is all you have.
A gilded prison, if you will.
Don't call it prison. This is your home.
It's a structure made
It's
of
a
metal
home.
bars. It's definitely a
home.
prison.
It's a magical home.
What if we take a cannonball below the waterline and it starts flooding the bottom of the ship?
Then you call for us. In fact,
Will you be able
if
to
that
hear me?
happens, I would like you to scream your head off. Because we need to know.
I'm 3 floors below you, though. What have you up on the top deck?
Well, where's the glass? Is there glass floor in here?
No.
Oh, were we below? I'm confused
You're on the,
whether-
you're on the
I'm
bottom
tell you-
deck of the ship.
I'll
You're
tell
in
you
like
what
the
we can do.
belly
Where's
of
the
the
glass
ship.
floor?
It's in the bedrooms at the
Only in
rear of the
bedrooms.
ship.
Only in the bedrooms.
What
okay.
we can do then, Kevin?
You don't get the glass floor. It's pretty cool. You get to see like things.
Could I see that at some point?
No,
Ah,
we can't move you much. I could probably put you in the hole and then.
I reckon we can run a rope down from the top deck that's connected to the bell through the boards, just through the little gaps, all the way down to Kevin, so he can give it a little yank if it's flooding.
A little bell, a little.
A little
yeah,
canal
okay,
bell.
maybe you can ask.
You'll be our warning boy.
You
if
can
get
ask
hit.
Bongo to like do that for you if you
Yeah,
like.
Bongo's
Yeah.
pretty good
You're
at
an
that.
alarm.
He'll do it when he
You're
comes
an alarm
back.
system.
But if the base is flooding,
If something ding 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 ding
Anything at all.
ding ding ding
It's a
ding
flood
ding.
bell.
You dare abuse that system, the bell's gone, and the light's coming off, and
Okay.
you're once again
Back in the hole.
back in the hole. All right, that's
Yeah.
that's a very simple rule. Otherwise, have fun.
See you, Kevin. Look, I can inflate him when I want. There you are.
Look at that.
He's now
Just walk out.
awkwardly bobbing against the ceiling of the
Go
lower
on,
deck.
Terrence, out you go.
Like a birthday balloon.
Careful.
Just walking out, carrying
As
him.
he hits and knocks on things and walks by. Boom. Okay. Well, the ship is ready to leave. If you want to go out on a, you can choose to. It's entirely up to you what you do. You can choose to leave and just head out into
We should see
the
how fast
open
this baby
sea.
goes.
I reckon we let this.
Let's do a
loose.
speed test.
You want to do a sea trial? I mean, what I will say is during your month-long rest, you learn a bit about the Horn and what it is. The Horn is essentially a massive pile of broken ships and flotsam and jetsam and all the things. Imagine like the Pacific trash patch.
Okay.
But this is more concentrated and more structured. So the Horn is this legendary spot in the middle of the Atlantic, the Great Sea, to the northeast of the Thousand Teeth. In the center of that, currents, the great currents that run through the giant sea, converge. And here, lots of, like I say, pieces of old ships and other ships started to gather a long time ago. But because of this gathering of broken ships and all of the things that ships sometimes lose, with that came riches and rare things, where ships were lost at sea, where great galleons filled with gold and riches and magical items from their plundering of the Thousand Teeth were lost at sea. Okay, eventually, those currents brought all that together. And the thing is, not just the valuable, not just the inert, not just the broken gathered here, but great sea beasts as well are brought to this area because of the currents bringing food and other wildlife and things like that to this area. There are lots of reasons for the great beasties of the sea, the gargantuan behemoths, such as the kraken-like creature you fought, gather here too. So, when a ship or a crew attempt the Horn, they do so often in pursuit of great riches, but they know that it comes at the great risk of encountering one of these giant beasts. And that is essentially what you've learned from other sailors in bars and libraries and things like that. So it's worth visiting for such great riches, but of course it comes at great risk.
Well, let's not do that.
Let's just not go there.
Let's go around it. No, that sounds good.
I reckon we should just run a few, endurance stress tests
Let's just
of
give
our
her
ship.
stretch your legs.
Maybe do a lap of the Isle, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe get the automatons, see if they can
Weapons tests.
weapons
Just
tests.
check the whole crew and ship work together, do a lap, come back. If we're happy, head on out to the old Horn.
Yeah.
Let's get horny.
I've
So
been
the Horn is
desperate
going to
for the
take you several weeks to reach.
Yeah.
With good wind.
That's why we're getting all those provisions.
We should get ourselves a weather wizard.
Sorry?
That would speed things up.
A weather wizard.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
you do
control
anything with the
wind,
wind?
maybe?
Could you make it blow?
Yeah.
You could.
For a long time, you've known I can control wind.
Yeah, but you
Reacting
weren't
like
as good
what?
as
Doesn't matter.
that other guy that we
I
saw.
don't know.
Capable of pushing a
The
ship.
ship's already getting pretty crowded.
With
I
a
don't want
bit
to
of
bring
wind.
anyone else on, quite honestly.
No? Well, I can do the weather thing.
Yeah. Well, we could look into a weather wizard. If only there was a wizard that we could find.
Yeah, like a
do
really
weather
powerful
stuff.
wizard that could cast weather-like abilities.
Yeah, just like a really good wizard.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Anyway,
So
wishful
we'll never find
thinking.
it.
Pipe
I
dream,
can
innit?
conjure a gust of wind.
Yeah, that kind of thing is what we're after.
Yeah,
so
I
if
can
we
do
can
that.
find someone
But I
that can
can
do
do
that, like
Me.
a weather wizard,
I
maybe
can.
we'll find someone that's, when we're out and about. That
I can lift a kraken! I did!
You were there when we lifted the kraken.
I lifted
weren't
the
you?
kraken!
You were there. Yeah, you were under the water though.
Yeah,
Don't know what
pushing
you
him
were
up.
doing. We
Why
were
Pushing him up and
why was
killing
that
him.
kraken just
Suffocating the
one
I don't
kraken.
know. We
I
were
suffocated the
fighting
kraken. I
above
can
sea
control a
level.
gust
You were
of
hiding
wind.
down below.
Yeah, what were you doing down there?
Oh, I was talking to him.
Sure.
I was having a little conversation and I lifted him up and we killed him.
We
It was
did.
a great time. We
I
did.
remember slicing and dicing and shooting.
No.
I don't remember you doing anything apart from aciding our own ship. Anyway,
I'll have to change your memory, perhaps.
please don't.
Change everyone's memory. In the last 24 hours, things might be different. I'm
Please
just saying.
don't change my memory. Let's set sail, shall we? Let's get the hound.
Test her out. Let's really stretch her legs and let's
Who
push
wants
it.
the wheel? First time wheel. Rock, paper, scissors?
I think it's below me. This is right down there.
Did you say billow?
No, I didn't say below, actually. I did it, it just happened. I said it. Just by saying it in casual nature, I said billow,
Your cloak of billowing
and it's doing it.
reliably snaps as if a strong
fantastic.
breeze has just assaulted you.
Right, let's spin this baby out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought you said it was below you.
It's down there. I'm a quite tall person.
So you're going to take the wheel? Right, so
Span it really far to the right.
you guys need to untie the ropes and things like that first. You're going to just start driving. It's not a car.
Automatons, do your thing.
No, Dr. Feelgood. Tell the automatons.
Yeah.
All right, you wooden metal pieces of shit. I want you to de-rig the ropes, and I want you to get this thing ready to make sail.
And the automaton's just like,
It works really well. The squeaking.
they silently walk their way out, undo the ropes, throw them off, and then come back down and go back into their they've got
they're
like a
fishing.
position on the gun crew that they just sort of like fold up in and just be like,
Bit lifeless, but
All I'm picturing
first-
is Bastion now, so.
yeah. The first mates now are also helping and working on it. The ship's ready to go.
Were we tied up at a dock, or were we like anchored out a little bit?
No, you were like on a jetty. Yeah, you were like in a small little harbour that's attached to the shipyard.
Well, we have a
dunked down a ramp, were we?
Yeah, you went down a ramp already.
that already happened.
It's sat in the water in a small harbour that the shipyard uses to launch its ships.
How does the anchor work on the ship? Is it one of the spinning ones like you get on Sea of Thieves, where it's through the middle, or is it one that we throw over the side and then have to hoist back up by hand?
We'll say there's a capstan. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a thing you can work together to yank up and down and drop, but it runs through the front of the ship and off the nose and then falls down into there. It's below the Iron Maiden, which is below the Horn. There's a lot of shit rigged to the front of your ship.
Yeah, it's very front heavy.
Great
Yeah.
for downforce.
Yeah,
Guys,
perfect.
did we fill the Iron Maiden before we?
We have not.
We really should do that. Is Tyrone still around?
I don't think we should do any more to Tyrone. He's been through a lot.
Yeah, he's got your
He's
puppy
been
as
through
well.
an entire romantic relationship in 24 hours.
And
And he's
a
now got a
breakup.
puppy to look after, so let's not just shove him in an
All
Iron
right,
Maiden
all
like
right.
we're.
I thought you'd be on board
like we
with
have
that.
no feelings.
I'll keep your eye out for
But
anyone.
we'll look
who
out for someone. We've
you
got
wanna
to fill
slam
that
in
slot.
there.
We've
Yeah.
got to like.
What I
otherwise
put
it's
in there is
wasted
a mechanism
space.
which is like a metal thing that goes in your mouth, and so like if you jolt around, it's going to cut up your mouth.
That's really,
Jeez.
really genius. I like that.
Oh.
Wow.
They have to bite harder, but the risk is they could break a tooth. So it's quite
Better
It's
than tearing
brutal.
up your mouth, isn't
yeah.
it?
But there are also like sharp implements either side of the Iron
All right,
Maiden.
let's
We
try-
all know what an Iron
We don't
Maiden
need to
is.
fill that right now.
Let's not.
Let's,
No one's in it right now. Let's test her out. Let's test her speed and comfort,
Get going.
durability, and speed and
Should we-
weapon power.
Should we wait for our first mate and the other first mate to come back first?
They're already back.
Are they?
Two mates.
Sorry, I missed that. I was doing something else.
The mates are on,
inflating
the mates are on
terrors.
board. We're ready to go. Let's
All right, okay.
They're on board.
let's go. Send the ship out.
Lower those sails, probably.
Well, this
Flop
is
us
it. The
out for-
first trip for the Raw Dog.
The raw dog is raw dog.
Hang on,
isn't it?
I like the chain of command to be whoever's at the wheel has to pass it on to whoever out of us two is closer, who then passes it on to the next person. So say you say go to tell him to go, to tell me to go, that I then say to the first mate who's closest to go, who passes it to the next first mate, who then shouts down to the guy in the little lantern, who then shouts at all the crew to go. I think that's the chain of command.
It sounds simple. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone shouts go.
Right.
Go.
Go.
Go!
So yeah, you start sailing. You make it out of the little harbour you're in, and into the large mouth of the Gold Tooth Isle, or the river that enters the Gold Tooth Isle. This is a busy ship-like area. Like there are lots of small and large boats navigating around, so you need to be careful. Who's on the wheel? You.
Oh yeah. There's quite a lot of wheel lag. Can we fix the
Give
wheel
me
lag?
a.
We'll have to tighten that up.
Ask them down the
Oh,
line.
sorry. Can we fix the wheel lag?
Whoa, you missed me out.
I was
Can we
closer-
fix the
I was-
wheel lag?
Yeah, I was closer at the time, so
Oh,
now
right.
to you. Can we fix the wheel lag?
First mate, can we fix the wheel lag?
Yes. We'll tighten that up. Yeah, so the wheel lag does actually have some downsides. You bump the ship a few times against the wall of the small harbour.
this is brand
You scrape the outside, the right-hand side of the ship.
I feel
Plan
like,
ahead. Plan ahead.
I feel like for how fast this ship can go, we need a tighter steering than that.
Way tighter than that.
Okay. So yeah, it tightens up. Bongo.
Oh yes, I seem to have adjusted the wheel lag now.
Great
so
tightening.
It's working well, and you've noticed it becomes a bit more responsive.
Yes,
And
it's almost one-to-one.
You're starting to already learn the sort of behaviour of the ship, the handling.
Yes.
You're getting to grips with it already, Titus. You make it.
She feels tight.
You stop shaking it so much.
Wow.
It's
Go
so
on.
tight.
Honestly,
very
it's on a hair trigger. So sharp left or sharp right.
Don't
We need to,
sneeze.
The crew's
where's the dead zone?
thrown from left to right.
No dead zone.
Whoa!
You're going to have to lock it straight.
Okay.
Man, if we hit away, we're screwed.
Cruise control.
There is
that's not
indeed
on
no dead zone on the steering anymore. You are through most of the traffic now, out into the bay proper, and this area you see other ships sort of getting ready for open seas. So they're practicing things, they're checking rigging. Your rigging is taut, and your sails snap and fill with the wind.
Let's get the
of-
rotation right, crew. Oh, well, sorry. Can you get the rotation right, crew?
Can you get the rotation right, crew, first mate, whoever's closest? Bongo.
Bongo. Yes. Okay, everyone. We're going to be going out into full sea trials. We're going to have every system checked. Everything is looking good so far. Let's get everything tight. And he's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm naturally subordinate to you, sir, because I am actually working for free and I'm an idiot. So whatever you say, Master Bongo. So he's second mate now.
Yeah.
And he's just naturally slipped
Fallen
into that
into
role.
his- yeah.
Yeah, he has managed to find a Hessian bag, which he's cut a couple of holes
Lovely.
into for his eyes. And he's tied that with a leather bit of like a leather lace just around his neck. So that
No
kind of-
chance of slippage. Good.
Yeah, he's tightened that, and he's wandering around like the bad guy from the first Batman film.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
What's worse?
It's terrifying.
He's going to get the nickname
We
Scarecrow.
should put a sympathetic face
Yeah.
expression on the front.
Big sad.
Like a
clown.
sad face.
Upturned eyebrows. Like,
Winky face.
He'll be fine.
face.
He's happier for it. He's got more confidence now. He's got it on. I've
can it
never
be
seen someone
uwu
so
face?
confident.
I want uwu
Yeah.
face, yeah.
Bongo.
What does an uwu face look like again?
Or just like the anime eyes.
Bongo. A quick engineering request from a carpenter and engineer.
Yes, sir. What do you require?
Can we get a much smaller steering wheel created and popped up onto the crow's nest for me? I'd just like to see a bit
A
more.
small engineering request.
Just a small engineering
Do you want it
request.
working?
Yeah, so I can just go to the top and just kind of like really look around and control from the top. Is that so much to ask?
It's
Bongo?
quite a lot. Yes, we're going to have to use a remote pulley system to access the.
I don't want to hear the information.
Okay, very
Actually,
good.
that stuff doesn't really make any difference to me until you've made it and I can complain about how tight it is or whatever. But for now, I'm happy to use the original, or what I would probably class as outdated steering system.
Okay. Okay.
So thank you, Bongo, for your engineering assistance. That's you earning your 50 gold, mate.
It's
While
quite
you're at it,
complicated, actually. The steering
natural
wheels
born leader.
of ships were quite complicated. They use ropes that then move the system underneath.
Could he not just
But
tie a
I'll
rope?
add it to the list. I'm already putting the bell system in for Kevin.
about to ask that.
So I'll get the rope up. It might take a few weeks, but
Honestly.
I'll have it done.
Sure.
I've got a lot of sea time.
It's just
to do.
we're going to find things we want to fix and make better over time. Get them in now. Get the requests in now. That's two things. The
That's
bell
fine.
probably not as important as the steering wheel on the top. I feel like that's going to be a big improvement because once we're up there, you can see everything.
You can, yeah.
And if we can control the ship from up there, the world's our oyster. We'll be at the horn in no time. We'll be raw dogging the horn.
Or a dog.
Very good, sir. Raw dog in the horn soon. Yes.
Right, so you're out in the bay. You can.
Are we down there?
Huh? Yeah, I mean, no, you're not out in the open sea. You're not in the open sea yet. It's still within a few miles of land. You can still see land quite easily.
Where are we on the map?
There are sort of small rocky outcrops that often are used for target practice by other ships. This is a very known thing. Ships often stop, chuck their own targets and stuff, but essentially it's like a small rocky outcrop with a pile of targets and things on it, mostly chopped to pieces by the cannons. But if you like, you can try a firing drill.
All right, we're going to do some cannon drills now.
everybody. So get the cannons ready, would you?
Get the cannons ready, would you?
Get the cannons ready, would you?
Okay, you stupid automated fucks. I want these barrels loaded. And so you can see the automaton snap into action. They rotate the 4-cylinder cylinders to the side, and they load these small golf ball style cannonballs in, packing charges behind it, powder as well. They're loaded up and they're ready to go. Starboard and port side cannon batteries report ready to fire.
On my command, or his.
That's true.
Okay. And like the little homunculus is like leaning out and around the outside of his little like lantern home, like looking up the staircase from the gun deck up into the open air where he sees you guys above. Or do you want to, one of you want to come down and like command this or not?
I'm gonna test to see if they can make the best judgment. So I'm gonna do a command of fire when ready, and then see how they best judge when to shoot and if they hit the targets.
Okay, so because of the way this is set up, it's best to have somebody on the top deck calling the shots in terms of like they can see like out of their little opening and they can adjust them slightly, but you are still going to need to tell them like, you know, fire. Essentially, you're gonna try and tell them to fire.
All right, who's got the best vision of all of us?
What are your perceptions?
What's everyone's perceptions and skills? Mine is +0.
+0.
What's yours, Capeeps?
+2.
All right, you're gonna have to be our eyes on the top deck,
Right.
calling the shots.
I can be your ice.
Just tell Dr. Feelgood where you want to shoot and when.
Right. What are we firing at again?
There's just some
few
it's like target practice. There's a
Doing
small
target
rocky
practice.
outcrop, barely even big enough to be considered an island.
All right, Dr. Feelgood. Fire. Am I calling this? Are you calling it?
You're gonna go direct orders now.
Okay.
We're cutting the chain of
We're
command.
coming up alongside some targets. Acquire your targets. And fire at will.
Fire at will! And then as you come across, we're going to say you're going to be approaching this. So your port side, your left side battery is the one that's going to target this thing. And several, we're talking, let's say you hear 3 shots initially.
So the first.
Yep, that's
Cannon.
bang, bang, bang. And then another 3 shots. And then an explosion.
Yeah, imagine that.
Bang!
It's on there
Okay, so initially the first volley of 6 shots goes off well. They land. Okay, yeah, that's a huge explosion.
That's why I didn't want to press it.
No, that's about right. Something that's gone very wrong
Oh, what, in the ship?
in the ship. So essentially, those shots went well. The cannons work very, very well, very accurate. The speed of the projectiles is incredible. Every target it hits, it just seems to go straight through. And it rips through several other targets. These projectiles are highly accurate, very quick, high penetration rounds. They don't do a huge amount of explosive damage. However, something that does go wrong is there's a misfire on one of the cannons. One of the cannons, the chamber has essentially just blown off backwards. So there was a blockage of some description, and the chamber that goes onto the back of the cannon barrel has exploded out backwards, and one of the arms of one of the automatons has been blown off, and one of the cannons requires repair.
Is there any fire, or are we good there?
There is no fire at the moment, luckily. It hasn't caught fire, but a huge amount of smoke. So you hear Dr. Feelgood like, "Holy shit! You better get down here, somebody. There's been an explosion."
Oh my God, here we go again.
This is why we do the test, guys. This is why we test.
Is that Andy?
Yeah.
Is Andy dead?
Andy's not down there, no. Luckily, it was
Andy
just
dead,
Dr.
guys.
Feelgood
That's
and the
more than
automatons
Andy.
on the gun deck at the time.
God,
He was
Andy was so
a
good.
special soul. His mask, I mean, his head, his face, was something that we'll always remember in our nightmares.
Honestly, that's all the
Dear
more
God,
I need
I hope for the
Andy.
best.
He's
I know.
just there, guys.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh, sorry, Andy.
Andy, big up Andy. Nice
Bongo has just taken a quick look down. He's ran down the stairs, come back up, and he's telling you guys like, "Okay, I've had a quick look. Seems to me that there was some sort of blockage in one of the cannons, and that's caused it to backfire and blow open the rear of one of your cannons.
Is that under warranty, that
It'll
cannon?
take a couple of days to repair.
guy. Yeah, is it under warranty? Should we send it back?
Can you repair is the automatons okay?
We've got a few spares. The automatons, one of them's taken a bit of a knock. One of his arms has blown
fix
right
him?
off. Well, maybe if Sword gives me a bit of help, we might be able to construct it. I think there seems to be a large store of spares for most of the stuff on the ship. So I think
Yeah,
we
we've
can.
got arms, we've got legs in storage with Kevin.
Yes,
We should definitely look into the warranty of some of those.
But other than that, Dr. Feelgood is reporting that the cannons are highly effective and should be particularly good against organic targets. I don't think they'll be particularly good at blowing holes in ships, however. They'll penetrate, but if you're looking to sink things, these are not the things for you.
What if we were to aim below the waterline, though? Wouldn't they go
Small
through
gentle
and
leak.
little
Small
holes?
It would perhaps take, it could be a good idea, we would take a lot of shots.
Okay.
We think the cannons can fire 4 shots within a matter of seconds per cannon. So yes, if you concentrated fire with the cannons, yes, I think we
Right,
could
well, all right then.
perhaps
Be
sink.
extremely
What,
accurate.
what do we think was the problem that caused the blowback? Like, how do we
Is that
remedy
manufacturing error?
Yeah, is that likely to happen on the other
It
cannons?
seems to be a loading error.
Who loaded it?
The automatons.
The one that lost his arm.
This
Okay,
is
we
not
can't
good.
really
It's
get
not good, is
angry
it?
at
That's
them.
going
You may want to check their work in the
Well, it's
future.
not getting angry at them. It's just that if they do that again, we're out 2 cannons.
Doesn't feel good.
Yes, sir.
I think there's a bit of discipline to be taught.
You
to
want
a
your
certain
you want your homunculus to discipline the automaton.
that recently lost their arm,
How would you like them disciplined, sir?
so they never
I
make
think we
this
should all be
mistake
present.
again.
We should all be present.
Iron Maiden?
What
maybe?
physical damage do you want me to? You want us to put an
I'm-
automaton in an Iron
We'll
Maiden?
put an automaton,
Just
which
to
can't
test
feel
it.
feelings. I just want to point that out. To put it.
It can't even
inside-
learn lessons.
It's more just to
No.
set an example for the rest of the crew.
Yeah, but there's only 2 humans or two.
And we can't be putting our
automatons,
first
basically.
and second mate in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
I just thought it might send a message to the
let's
the
fix
other
it, and then we'll
crew. Right, we'll think
teach
about
it better.
Okay.
Because I think it's a teaching issue.
Okay, sorry, yeah, I got a bit carried away.
Okay. But I like that you're trying to think of the.
I know,
Okay, so
I'm
you
not-
guys need
I'm
to
not
help
trying to keep
lift
up with you
the
guys. I'm still
automaton.
misreading
Yeah.
situations
Yeah,
of when
yeah.
to
You're
be
gonna,
aggressive.
so the automaton walks up the stairs. More like a creaking sound, let's be honest. I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it.
And walks to the front of the ship where it waits with its one arm up, ready for you to loop a rope around it to lower it down into the front of the ship. Or you could pull the Iron Maiden up, if you work
We
together,
actually do this.
onto the deck to load the automaton into it.
I actually don't want to load up the Iron Maiden yet.
Okay, we're not going to do the Iron Maiden. Right,
think-
you can go back
look.
down. We've got you a bit worried, but to the rest of you on
Just
deck,
so you know.
see what happens. We
Yeah.
may use the Iron Maiden on our own crew.
Yeah, you
never
hear that,
know.
bag face?
Oh, yes, sir, you hear that? Yes, sir. Andy
Looking
will
very
do.
handsome today, Andy.
Thank you. I feel pretty good. You see my ass? I got some bits done. And he's had like
had the
really
work done already.
crude ass implants done.
God, I mean,
Very impressive.
Your face.
Do you want to see what they look like under my trousers?
Nope.
Yeah,
I can imagine those wounds are still healing.
Oh, they are. They are. I cannot sit down. I've got a hot bum.
No, they advise you to lay on your front for
Oh,
at least
yeah,
6
yeah.
weeks.
I know. I'm just laying down.
time.
God, it's packed.
long time not to
It
sit
is
on your back.
packed with grease, though. I got grease put in it.
Yo.
Or they said organic would be better than wood. Wood?
Wood panels that you're on.
I got wood. I imagine they sand it into an R shape and then just stuff it under your
Looks like a
skin.
fucking bike seat.
Oh, fucking hell.
Wow. Amazing. A Brazilian
Okay,
carpet
right.
with the
Well,
wood.
the cannons, we've worked out those issues. The loading issues shouldn't be too common. That was unlucky that one of them seemed to have been loaded wrong.
Right.
But
why
yeah,
do you do these tests?
it's why we do these tests, absolutely. Right, well, that's that done. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to try and see how fast we can get this
Yeah,
thing
let's
going?
get a speed test going. The wind seems to be picking up.
Yeah.
Let's see how fast this baby can.
So there's a few other
try.
ships around you that are all doing similar things, all checking rigging and stuff. And if you like, you can maybe give them a...
Oh,
Pull
You
up
can raise a
alongside
sail
them.
that's sort of like the drag
Yeah.
sail.
looks like a checkered flag.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's race them.
Let's race them.
We've
A
not
couple of the
raced
other
it
ships
before.
that are sort of bobbing around nearby you. You've got a couple of different ones. You've got one very nice looking Castilian design one of the monster hunters. You've got another couple that look as though they're sort of locals, fishermen and things like that. There's one fisherman guy who's just like, he fancies
Oh, he
himself.
wants drag
you know.
race, is he?
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
He
line
may
this
be a
up.
bit smaller, but I think we've got the technology.
How do we talk to these guys? We just
You use
Shout.
flag signaling. There's a universally known drag race flag.
Okay.
They call it a flag race.
flag race.
And
Is there like 3 flags that are like red, amber, and green.
Yeah.
Someone's loading.
So the fisherman,
Change
the
it.
guy, yeah, he's got like a special rig that he raises up, which is a flag that has holes cut into it. It's a black flag with holes cut into it, and then behind it they raise the different colours to simulate.
That's very cool.
You know, the starting thing, and he's got his boy on board. You know, it's only a small ship, but he really is. He's really keen. Like, you know, he loves this stuff, so he's like ready to go. And one of the ships, the Castilia ship, the City by the Sea ship, they're like, "Would you like to put some money on this?" They yell from across it.
How much?
How about 10 gold?
Yeah.
Make it 20.
Okay.
We got this in the
We
bag.
got this in.
Titus, you ready? You got the wheel?
I certainly have.
Found that dead zone?
How about
It's just
from
go
here to the next target? And like off the front of your ship, about 500
you see that, Kapipi?
meters, you see another. Yeah, you
see
see
it.
another small
I can
outcropping,
see
much
it.
like this one, that's clearly been used.
It's dead ahead of us.
Okay.
Right, so you guys get into two boat, two booty. Something which I really like. You guys get into like a racing position, and you're going to have to work together in order to get the most out of this ship now. So the sails are down, and you're ready to get going. What I'm going to need you to do, I'm going to want you to do some rolls for me here. So,
What are
Finally, I
those?
haven't used these yet.
Oh, fresh.
As in just today, I mean.
what you're going to do is you're all going to do sleight of hand checks and athletics checks. You can use whichever has the highest stat. And for this, you're going to be rolling. I want 3 separate checks to see how fast you're going to get going. So, the race has started. Okay, you are up against 2 other ships: a fisherman's ship and a Castilian ship. The Castilian ship makes way, and it already has a good start. It kicks into action. The ship almost does a slight wheelie, right, as it gets going, and it's clipping along. Okay, right. Each three of you give me the rolls I asked for.
All right, I'm doing athletics. Uh-oh. That's a 10.
Okay,
I've got
BP,
+6.
what's your roll?
Okay.
It's all of that.
So it's just whichever one's
Or
higher.
Sleight of
Sleight
hand
of
or
hand.
athletics, your choice. Basically,
better.
to
Sleight of
simulate you
hand's
running
+2.
around,
Okay.
pulling
I
tight
got
sails.
13 plus 4, 17.
Nice. 10, 17,
What does that say?
7,
7 plus
Okay.
9.
9.
Right,
of hand.
so you pull level heading, like level pegging with the Castilia ship. Okay, you're racing along. The fishing ship, despite having done all the lights and stuff, maybe because they did all the starting lights, they haven't quite got going yet. They're quite behind you guys. So you're ahead by 2 ship lengths in front of the fishing ship. However, you are currently next to the Castilia ship. You're clipping along. Give me another roll.
Automatons, aerodynamic mode.
They're on the gun, like the gun deck, so like they back. I don't know. They look at
Crouch. Put your
Get
head forward.
lower! Shave yourselves, you fools! What am I rolling for? That's a 2.
Oh no. Same again, is it?
4.
12 plus 4, 16.
Okay.
Oh. 23.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. Right. The one sec. The Castilia ship lags behind after an initial good start.
Wanker!
Yeah, they start to, you start to beat them. You're pushing ahead of them even further, and they're seeing this and they're like, oh God, they're going to beat us. You're half a ship ahead of them now. They're screaming, the captain, come on, we cannot be embarrassed by these new sailors. We are experts. And the crowd, the crew is moving really quickly, tightening things. They're chucking barrels of heavy stuff off the side of their ship just to try and get a bit of
Oh,
speed.
wow.
They're reducing weight.
Dumping provisions.
Jeez.
The fishing ship is catching up now too. Between the 2 of you, you see them sneaking along. They're moving a bit quicker now. They've got these grand sails, and it seems to be that the captain of the ship has some sort of jet propulsion system of some description. It's flames trailing out the back of the ship
wow.
as the young fisherman's son is shoveling what looks like coal into a furnace. It's some sort of advanced drag racing ship design. Wow. Oh no! But they're not quite quick enough to beat the crew of the Raw Dog, who are really clipping along now. The automatons, they've got into their aerodynamic shape.
Nice.
They've crouched a little bit, and that just seems to be what you needed to really
We had
pull
a bit of
ahead.
drag there.
Sword's excellent direction of the automaton crew seems to have made the difference there as they pull half a ship ahead. As they close into the last third of this race, the end is in sight, and they can taste that 20 gold.
Go on, let's raw dog it to the,
One more roll,
to the
please.
victory line. Oh, very good.
18 plus 4.
You roll so well.
Thank you.
Oh, that's 17 for me.
Oh, 17 for me also.
2 17s and a what?
22.
22.
So there's a gust of wind around the corner that might have to be blown.
Oh.
Despite the shouting of the Castilian ship, that captain, he cannot get his crew. They're fighters, they're not racers, really. The crew is going through the motions, but it just doesn't have the speed required to make the most of the wind. And they sag back into last place as the fishing ship blasts past them. They're starting to skim on the surface now, the speed they're going. They're on the plane. You know, you know, like the bits of the sail are ripping off the speed they're going. Their face is like the lips are pulling back. However, they may be moving quickly, but they're a tiny ship. And this ship cannot match the speed, precision, and effort of the Raw Dog. The Raw Dog, it almost is overtaken by the fishing ship, but you've already made too much of a headway, and you
Consistency.
sail with speed, effort, and style past the finish line as you
With a
make
month's
it
supply as
and
well.
beat out the fishing ship, which just moments later passes over the finish line as the Castilian ship then lags behind.
Hooray, we're winners!
Automatons, do
Heroes.
celebration mode.
They're all just like they're moving their
Waving
arms.
their
Like,
Yeah!
and then they all stop and they're just a little shower of ticker tape comes out of their hands. I don't know who installed that feature, but it's a one-use thing. You're going to have to rearm the ticker tape.
God, that took
The
ages to
ticker
load
tape
up.
shots have now been used.
Andy's flailing his bag around.
Yeah, Andy, put your bag back on.
Put it back on! Put it back on!
My bad. Sorry. He puts
crew
his
are
bag.
seeing you.
They're seeing you. The Castilia crew are clapping. You know, they're gracious in defeat. They're like, well done, well done. And the fishing guy's just happy to have used some of the crazy technology on board. And they're like, he's like, yeah, nice race, good race. And
Seems quite wasteful.
yeah.
You lost a lot
chucked
of
a lot.
stuff back
Yeah.
there. We've got a month's supply on here.
Happy to use it, really. Just I'm loving it. Right.
Management.
They both load bags of 20 gold and just fire them over to you about small.
Your automaton set out a net.
Well, actually, they aim for the sails, and the sails catch these
Nice.
bags of gold, which then they use low loads. You know, they're not using a lot of powder. The cannons fire over. The 2 bags of 20 gold
20
hammer
gold.
into your
40
sails,
gold.
40 gold.
and then fall in bags to your deck.
Automaton, collect that up.
Well done.
Sweep it up. All right, pass on the name.
Speed
The Raw
test
Dog has
passed.
hit the high seas, and we're heading for the Horn.
To the horn!
To the Horn. So yeah, the other ships in the vicinity have seen this race, and they're like, "Wow, that ship is incredible." Stories spread in the local port over the coming days of this fantastic ship design that outpaced even the mighty drag racing fisherman, the legendary local,
Could it have become a term that people use?
of getting raw dogged.
Getting raw dog.
Yeah, to be
Being
raw
racist.
dogged is to be blasted past. You know, you've
You're raw
absolutely
dogging me. You're raw
Yeah.
dogging me. They yell as someone races past.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
when you're overtaken.
You're so good at raw dogging.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
yell.
Comes
And the
like a-
kids
yeah.
love the raw dogging
yeah,
ships
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
They
yeah.
run down to see you come back into port after your sea trial. They're all there on the rocks and on the port, and they're like, "It's the raw dog! Oh yeah!
dogging.
They raw dogged the shit out of that guy!" And the fishermen say like, "Yeah, they beat us. Oh, well,
got
you
raw
know,
dogged,
Didn't
yeah.
have them. We got raw dogged
becomes
out
a
there,
term
and
that people use.
like all the townspeople are coming in. They're like, "Yeah, they raw dogged those guys out there as well.
Yeah.
They'll raw dog anyone."
Wow.
This becomes this term for beating someone.
Yeah, it
So,
really
like,
Just for beating
kids at
someone.
sports days
raw
turn to
dogging
each other,
him.
I'm going to raw dog you.
Yeah,
they
yeah. Local schools take on it. They have the weekly raw dogging, where the fastest student is given an extra ration.
God, son, raw dog that kid.
Yeah,
Yes, I will,
exactly.
Father. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And years
nothing
later,
weird
the
about this at
term
all.
leaves the Goldtooth Isle and becomes vernacular in several different languages
Yeah.
where people are like, well, we don't even know where it originated.
We'll be raw dogging until we win that Olympic medal.
Yeah, we will. I hope to be the best raw dogger, some
Yeah,
people say.
yeah.
Anyway, you come back into port and you talk to the artisans and they sort out that cannon loading problem. They're happy, and yeah, you have a couple more days now in port to think about a few things. Really plan out your trip to the Horn. Any particular considerations you need to make, and the people of the port will also think, that's me, about what the fuck you're going to be doing.
I think before we leave, boys,
Yeah.
one final baby turtle meal back at the Turtle Bay before we go.
We want to go back just to.
Just for our, at the end of all our planning and
yeah.
stuff.
We'll take some turtles for the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make them
Do you want
last,
us
eh?
do you want us
Yeah.
to go speak to him or
Not right now.
not right now? But
Not
that's
now.
what we'll do.
That's what we'll do.
do
I'm
it,
quite fired up after
but we
talking
won't
to
speak to him
Shaking.
because it took a long time last time.
Yeah.
Oh, the maitre d', of
But he
Is it
knows us
Leclerc?
well.
Charles?
Charles.
We'll pay full price.
One of them was Charles,
pay for
one-
them.
and the chef was.
We've got 40 gold to
Leclerc.
spend.
We certainly have. We've got 40 gold to spend on turtles.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can go have a slap up meal. This is the end of part 2 of session 10 of Booty, High Seas, Low Expectations. We hope you've enjoyed it. This is a little bit shorter than the first one because we kind of front loaded it. Never really know how long each episode is going to be, but this is the end of this one. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for everyone who's subscribed to us on Patreon. This is available in podcast form on most podcast platforms. It's available in video form on the Hat Films YouTube channel. And it's also available live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. UK time on twitch.tv/hatfilms.
Do you can also get it in merch form, in the form of a Booty poster.
That's right. It may be up. If it's not up yet, just wait a bit.
Soon.
There'll be
Soon,
some Booty
yeah.
posters to buy. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks for hosting.
And
Thank you,
I'll
Smith.
see you tomorrow. But next week,
Yeah, I'll raw dog you to it.
yeah, let's see who can raw dog our way to the next
yeah.
episode. Oh
I can't
boy.
wait to raw dog you all.
Yeah, yeah. Let's change. Let's take back raw dogging.
Let's take it back. Who owns it?
Us
we own
now.
it.
Us now.
We own it.
Thanks everybody,
Happy raw
and
dogging.
see you next time.
Happy raw dog.
Happy raw
Bye.
dogging.
Shit, I'm gonna raw dog the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raw dog all the way to the loo.
He's got a
No,
raw
I'm not.
dog
I'd
to
actually
the
need a
toilet.
toilet.
Let me check if there's any. Actually, I don't. Are you logged in?
I have read most of them
Okay.
out,
Oh, brilliant.
but let me just double check.
If there's any more. But thank you for watching today. Obviously, if you are watching, I assume you've caught up previously. I don't know how loud the rain and wind has been.
Immersive.
Apparently, it doesn't pick up too much on these mics, does it?
Just
Can
a
you
bit
hear
of
the
ambience.
downfall right now?
Probably like white noise, I imagine.
It does a little bit when I edit them
Yeah.
back, but I don't know if they're compressed as much as they are when I edit.
Hopefully with the
so
music and the
But-
stuff
hopefully
either
you're
way,
not
should
hearing it.
help. Thank
We hope you
you,
enjoyed
Reed
episode 10.
2K for 28 months saying congrats, Craig.
Thank you.
Nice one.
I assume that was because of the race we just had,
Yeah,
not
'cause of the raw
because of
dogging,
anything
yeah,
else.
Yeah,
Almost
I know.
certainly gonna be.
So yeah, so thank you for joining
I
us. We'll
only
be
heard
back
it.
tomorrow for some gaming times, some fun gaming times with Hat Films.
Back to games in the office.
Yeah.
Craig, thank you for coming. You can go back to your basement now.
I'll go back to the basement.
Maybe
yeah.
we'll play some PUBG before Smith turns up. Who knows?
I'm
'Cause he's
always
a
up
little
for some
late.
PUBG at the
We'd have a
moment.
little PUBG session.
Just don't leave him behind this time.
Yeah.
You literally
we
said,
came second.
you guys go
He
on.
was like, oh, you guys, I want to one man mission.
I want to
get
play
some
that
fuel.
back. I swear, you
Oh, yeah,
literally
he
said,
did,
go
yeah.
on, I want the
He-
No,
glider.
I did say that, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
circumstances changed.
Yeah, drastic.
It's all right. I'm not
Yes,
bitter.
he's still holding on to it, but we'll
We'll
get,
do it, so
the
we
chicken
got to
dinner.
get him a glider at some point.
We'll get chicken dinner. That's fine.
Tune
Yeah,
in
so
tomorrow
tune in
at 2
tomorrow.
p.m. Don't forget the clocks have gone back here in the UK, so the hours are different.
Yeah.
We can't tell what the time is at this
I
point.
don't
We don't know what the time.
You're
We
in.
don't know what time it is.
We
I
have
just go
time.
by the sun.
Either way, it's always going to be 2 p.m. No matter what the time.
Until then, goodbye everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye.